Steelers kickoff, we send you out live to Pittsburgh with our announcers, Ian Eagle, Dan Fouts, and Evan Washburn.
JV is intense a rivalry as this league has seen over the last 19 years. The Ravens and Steelers, it's been a matchup synonymous with physical, hard-nosed play today. They're both trying to kickstart their seasons in the AFC North. The standings in the division right now, Cleveland and Baltimore both at 2-2. And despite the poor start by Pittsburgh at 0-3, the win last week put them right back in the hunt in the AFC North. Welcome to the broadcast booth, everybody. Ian Eagle, Hall of Famer Dan Fouts, Evan Washburn joins us down on the sidelines. It's a little strange to have a Ravens-Steelers matchup without the likes of Joe Flacco or Ben Roethlisberger. You go back to 2000, and this series is so evenly matched. 19-19, that's the record. The points per game very similar. Yards per game mirror one another. Average time of possession as well. First time that either Flacco or Roethlisberger has not been part of this since 07. So the next chapter, at least from the Pittsburgh side of things, will be written by Mason Rudolph.
Yeah, he's been put in a difficult situation because of the injury to Big Ben, but according to offensive coordinator Randy Fichtner, Rudolph's taking command of the huddle and ownership of the offense. The next step for Rudolph is to trust his ability to throw his wide receivers open down the field. Just cut it loose at times. Fichtner's given him a lot of creative plays. Check out this variety. Rudolph with the good hands, the addition there by Johnson to get to the outside, and then check out the double fly sweep. Fake to Johnson and pitch to Samuels for good yardage. And finally, the direct snap to Samuels in the Wildcat. The option will put the corner in a bind, and Samuel into the end zone. Gimmicky? Maybe. Effective? Certainly.
And a huge addition today for Pittsburgh. Evan Washburn has more down in the field.
Yeah, a nice large security blanket for Rudolph in the return of 6'4", 270-pound tight end Vance McDonald. He missed Monday night with a shoulder injury. When healthy, he's one of the most physical and dynamic tight ends in the NFL. Mike Tomlin telling us more often than not they can count on him winning his one-on-one matchup. He said he provides a level of comfort for this offense. A nice thing we play in Baltimore.
Well, one thing that looked very comfortable last week, Evan, the defense. What they did against Cincinnati allowed just 3 points, 175 yards given up, and 8 sacks, 6 different players with at least 1. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, for years and years, we've touted the Ravens' defense, and rightfully so. They have consistently been at the top of the rankings. That has not been the case, though, so far this season, especially the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's not been your typical Ravens defense. Last 2 games against Kansas City and Cleveland, you can see the struggles this most dominant defense has had. And last week, the Cleveland Browns gassed them for 4 touchdowns on the ground. That is unheard of and unacceptable for Baltimore Ravens.
We do have a premier matchup, though. Pittsburgh offense, Baltimore defense this afternoon.
Yeah, today's undercard features 2 of the best. Juju Smith-Schuster and Marlon Humphreys are third-year players. And although Juju was limited to just 3 catches for 15 yards last week, he's going to be targeted early and often by Rudolph. And matching up all over the field will be Humphrey. Last week against Cleveland, he limited Odell Beckham Jr. to just 2 catches on 7 targets for nearly 20 yards.
The staple for Baltimore on offense, the running game. Nearly 206 yards per game, a wide margin over the number 2 team, San Francisco, in that category. Time for us to do projects presented by
Raven tight end Mark Andrews leads all Raven receivers with 23 catches and 3 scores. He's been battling a sore foot, but told us he's ready to go. What a great trade for the Steelers when they picked up Mitchell Fitzpatrick. He solidified the safety spot for Pittsburgh. This is another matchup to keep your eyes on. Mason Rudolph is ready to air it out today against the Raven defense that ranks 29th in the league, defending the pass. And between Ingram, Edwards, and Jackson, the Ravens are averaging a league best 205 yards a game and 5.7 yards a carry.
important game out of the AFC North today in Pittsburgh. The Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers of the last 5 years. Countdown to kickoff continues on CBS.
Welcome to Gridiron Ring, live right here on Periscope. I'm your host, Encyclopedia of Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96. Thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions, play-by-play of NFL Baltimore Ravens at Pittsburgh Steelers this afternoon, Sunday, October the 6th. 2019. I'll also be live later on tonight for WWE Hell in a Cell, so be sure to tune back in. Chat, questions, and comments, always greatly appreciated. Like, and super heart button as well, along with sharing this on social media. Hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL100, along with a new hashtag this weekend and for the month of October. Hashtag Crucial Catch. Raiders and Bears meeting across the pond today in London, England as well. So we'll have updates from there, along with Vikings Giants from East Rutherford, New Jersey, as that is on Fox beginning here at 1 o'clock as well in my area. So I'll have play-by-play of both Vikings Giants, but more so Ravens and Steelers, as both teams are meeting for the first time this year in 2019 during NFL 100. Pittsburgh 1-3, picked up their first win last week on Monday Night Football at home down in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field against the Cincinnati Bengals by a score of 27-3. Cincinnati now 0-4. They play the Cardinals this afternoon. Somebody's got to win that ball game. I'll have updates of that, along with all the other 1 o'clock games in the National Football League. So stay tuned for that as well. Baltimore, though, 2-0, wins against Miami and Arizona. And then the past 2 weeks, they've lost to the Chiefs and Browns, which sets them now at 2-2, coming on the road, AFC North showdown against the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the best rivalries, if not the best rivalry in the NFL at this point in time in 2019. So we'll have kickoff here within the next couple minutes between the Ravens, who are led by Lamar Jackson. It's Pittsburgh with Mason Rudolph. First time since 2007. It's not Big Ben Roethlisberger versus Joe Flacco. Flacco got traded to Denver in the offseason. Roethlisberger out for the year with an elbow injury. Actually just got fined $5,000 by the NFL for wearing a Apple Watch on the sideline last week on Monday Night Football. So another stupid reason by the NFL to fine its players. He's wearing a watch, for God's sakes. Like, come on, man. Like, just let it slide. Let it go. Makes no sense whatsoever. Seems like the NFL is just out to get people anymore, especially with all these damn penalties. Just let the players play and let them do what they want, and it'll be a breeze at that point. But Pittsburgh with James Conner, hopefully Pittsburgh can get the running game going for the first time this season, this afternoon, up against Mark Ingram, who came over from New Orleans, along with Gus Edwards in the Baltimore backfield. It does look like Juju Smith-Schuster is good to go and will play this afternoon for the black and gold. Coin toss now at midfield with the Steelers and Ravens. Looks like the rain is starting to come down as well, so this game could get sloppy. Last time the Ravens played in the rain was 2 weeks ago on the road in Kansas City, a game that they should have won, but they missed 3 two-point conversions, were 0 for 3, and lost the game by 5 points. So do the math, they would have won that ball game. So I expect a big game by both running backs. You got to hold onto the football, though, throughout those runs, the whole entire game. Some play-action passes deep downfield by both Rudolph and a former Heisman Trophy winner at Louisville, Lamar Jackson. Louisville defeated Boston College yesterday at halftime as well. Stats and scores from around the league, plus a recap from college football yesterday. So stay tuned for that as well. Plus keep an eye out for my college football. It'll be week 7 now in NFL week 6 next week over on YouTube. Be sure, if you haven't done so already, to like, follow, and subscribe to Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18, and myself, Cool Hand Luke 96 on social media. If you're watching on playback on YouTube, links are in the description below. So chat, questions, and comments, always greatly appreciated. Ravens, Steelers, 19-19 record-wise in this rivalry, as both teams have averaged 19 points a game in these meetings as well. So I expect a very, very close, low-scoring game, 17-13, 10-7, 13-10, somewhere in that range. It looks like Pittsburgh will receive. There is Justin Tucker about ready to kick off for the Baltimore Ravens. Johnny Holton, number 80, back deep to receive for the black and gold. So let me know in the comments below who you guys have winning this game, plus all the other games around the league today in the NFL. Underway in Pittsburgh. Ravens kick off. Holton fields at the goal line, gets out to the 11-yard line. So that is where Mason Rudolph and company will begin their opening drive in today's ball game. Pittsburgh last week, as mentioned, defeated Cincinnati on Monday Night Football in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field to pick up their first win of the season, 27-3. Baltimore coming off a loss against the Browns at home. Rudolph going to be in the shotgun to start out, standing back at the 6-yard line. Ball at the 11, 1st and 10. Rudolph looking to throw near side, has a man, Juju Smith-Schuster, who is playing this afternoon. Was a game-time decision. Gain of 2 on the pass, 2nd down and 8 on the way.
It's not too concerning, just managing him through the week. That'll be the mentality the next couple of weeks. Terrific offensive line for Pittsburgh. And that double
Once again, I expect a very, very close, hard-fought football game, low scoring between the Ravens and Steelers, as both teams, I believe, will rely on the run game heavily. Shuffle past Juju over the middle, and a loss of 3 brings up 3rd and long. So Pittsburgh not looking good here early on during their opening drive. DeCastro missed a block, and Juju tackle in the backfield brings up 3rd and 12. From the 9, shotgun 3 wide, and could have a false start on Pittsburgh on Ramon Foster, number 73. Buffalo and Tennessee tied at 0. All these 1 o'clock games just now getting underway. Tampa Bay and New Orleans also tied at 0. Vikings, Giants as well. I'm also watching that game, though, right now, so I'll have updates shortly. Falcons, Texans, Cardinals, Bengals. Patriots are going to blow out the Washington Redskins as they start Colt McCoy. 3rd and 16 after the false start. Jets at the Eagles. Jaguars, Panthers as well. Minshew mania continuing. Pass complete at the 13-yard line. Vance McDonald, however, going to be 4 yards shy of the 1st down marker. Brings up 4th down for Pittsburgh. Jordan Berry on to punt.
Completion of McDonald will give Rudolph some confidence, and also McDonald coming back from his shoulder injury. Way short of the 1st down, but confidence booster for both.
Jordan Berry with a punt. Cyrus Jones in the deep end. Jones has been dealing with a foot injury. Pressure for Berry.
Punt up and away. Going to be fielded at the 40-yard line. And Tyler Matakavich, the former Temple Owl, on the tackle. Baltimore will begin with Lamar Jackson at the 41-yard line. 12:37 to play in the 1st quarter. Baltimore now their opening drive of today's ball game. Vikings, Giants as well. MetLife Stadium, which was home to WrestleMania 35 this past April. Kofi Kingston won the WWE Championship there. Lost it to Brock Lesnar this past Friday, though, during Friday Night SmackDown. Cain Velasquez now in the WWE. Lesnar, Velasquez, crown jewel on Halloween. Jackson looking to throw. Pump fake, steps up in the pocket. Runs 45. Runs out of bounds around the 48. Gets pushed out of bounds by Terrell Edmonds, number 34. Brings up 2nd and 3. It seems like Stone Cold Steve Austin is also in Pittsburgh. Maybe that's where he was at instead of Friday Night SmackDown this past week. However, no, he was in LA. They just didn't use him on the show, which was a big surprise. Pistol for Baltimore, 2nd and 2, handoff, Mark Ingram near sideline, out past the 40, down to the 36-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Mark Ingram in his first season in Baltimore after winning a Heisman Trophy at Alabama and then playing his whole entire career with the New Orleans Saints up until now. 1st and 10 after a run by Marky Mark. WWE Hell in a Cell tonight as well, so be sure to tune back in to watch my live reactions, play-by-play of that as well. Willie Snead in motion, out of the pistol. Jackson hands off once again, stuffed to the line of scrimmage by Pittsburgh. 2nd down and 10. Thank you guys once again for tuning in and watching my live reactions play-by-play of both Ravens, Steelers, and Vikings, Giants, Cousins. Screen pass to the top of your screen. Dalvin Cook up the far sideline. Inside the 20 now, brought down around the 13-yard line. First time Pittsburgh and Baltimore are playing in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field during the 1 o'clock games for the first time since 2010. Pittsburgh brings the blitz. Missed tackle, Jackson running for his life, and lowers his shoulder into Joe Hayden before stepping out of bounds. Gain of about 2 yards maybe, even though he ran for about 20 on that play. Running for his life. Stephon Tuitt came right up the middle, missed the sack on Jackson. Jackson running towards the sideline before getting pushed out of bounds. 2nd down. Excuse me, 3rd down. 3rd and 8. 3rd and 8 for Baltimore. Now empty backfield. Jackson looking to throw over the middle, has a man at the first down marker, complete. 25-yard line. That's Mark Andrews, the former Oklahoma Sooner. They defeated Kansas yesterday. Texas defeated West Virginia. Red River rivalry now next week in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl between the Sooners and Longhorns. College football week 7 predictions on YouTube this week. Keep an eye out for those, plus NFL week 6. Vikings inside the red zone. And Cousins goes down for the sack. We got a flag on the play in Pittsburgh, though. It's going to be offsides on the Steelers.
Neutral zone infraction, number 90. Defense, 5-yard penalty, still first down. And it's TJ Watt who was looking to grab an advantage. I'm not sure he ever...
3rd and 20 from Minnesota, 22-yard line.
Just before he got into the neutral zone.
I think he agrees with you there.
And handoff.
Take a look.
Inside the 15 at the 12. 4th down, Minnesota will attempt a field goal. 1st and 5 from the 20 for Baltimore. Pistol once again, handoff. Actually, Jackson keeps it for himself. It's about 10 yards. 1st down, Baltimore. Minnesota field goal up and good. Vikings lead. Big Blue 3-0. 8.5 to play in the opening quarter. 8:50 to play here in Pittsburgh. Ravens at the 12-yard line, 1st and 10. Jackson out of the pistol once again. And a 3-yard run for Gus Edwards. 2nd down, Carolina with a early 7-0 lead as well over Jacksonville. Man in motion. Handoff, Mark Ingram. A yard on 2nd and 8, 3rd down. Baltimore going left to right across your television screen, radio, and audio dial as well. Devin Bush on the stop. Now he exits the game. Pittsburgh bringing a couple more safeties in the ball game. Steeler fans on their feet, waving their terrible towels. Also some new pink terrible towels during the breast cancer month of October. 3rd and 7 from the 10. Jackson steps up over the middle, incomplete in the end zone, 4th down. Tucker will come on to attempt a short field goal. Pass was intended for Hollywood Brown, who is the cousin of the former Steeler wideout Antonio Brown. Brown no longer employed by the NFL, though. Released by Oakland and then also released by the Patriots. Tucker, 27 yards up and good. Baltimore, 3-0 over Pittsburgh. 7:21 to play in the first. Once again, thank you for tuning in and watching my live reactions, play-by-play of NFL action with the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers. Chat, questions, and comments, always greatly appreciated. Super like, and super heart button. Share this on social media as well, along with liking, following, and subscribing to Gridiron Ring and myself, your host, the Encyclopedia of Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96 on social media. That's Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Gridiron 18. Subscribe on YouTube and follow myself, the Encyclopedia of Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96, right here on Periscope and over on Twitter. Daniel Jones took over for Eli Manning a few weeks back. Saquon Barkley still out of action with an injury. Almost played today. He said if it would have been a playoff game, he would have suited up and played. However, he's looking to play this upcoming Thursday on Thursday Night Football as the Giants will play the Patriots and Tom Brady. So Daniel Jones, 2-0 as a starter. Defeated the Buccaneers and Redskins in those two games as he took over for the future Hall of Famer, two-time Super Bowl winning quarterback Eli Manning. Rookie Daniel Jones out of Duke. Duke lost to Pitt last night, almost came back and defeated the Panthers. Pitt blew a 26-3 lead, but however, Pitt won 33-30. 1st and 10 from the 25 for the Giants, going right to left. Fake to give. Jones passing near sideline here, complete out to the 30-yard line. Going to be 2nd and 5. Survivor, Island of the Idols, will be brand new on Wednesday on CBS, the best television show on TV. Survivor, 3rd episode of the new season this Wednesday on CBS. Jones and shotgun. Golden Tate back for the Giants today as well after serving his 4-game suspension. Pass near sideline complete. Evan Ingram. And gets enough for the first down and then some before getting pushed out of bounds. Xavier Rhodes now down for the Vikings. Not a good sign for Minnesota. One of the other purple teams in the NFL, the Baltimore Ravens, up 3-0 on Pittsburgh as we return from commercial break. Baltimore 3-0 lead on the Steelers. Ryan Switzer now back deep to receive this kickoff from Justin Tucker. Switzer fields it at the 1. 15-yard line, 20, before being brought down at the 25. A flag on the play as well. This will probably be coming back for an illegal block in the back or a hold. Eagles up 7-0 on the Jets. Jordan Howard hits Pater. Holding on the return on Pittsburgh. 10-yard penalty from the end of the run. It'll be 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh. First and 10 for the Steelers 10 yards from the foul. So, 12-yard line. And Wildcat for the Steelers. Jalen Samuels looking to throw. Dumps it off. Intercepted at the 15-yard line because James Washington was not paying any attention whatsoever. However, Jalen Samuels should have never even threw the ball. A stupid decision. And that'll be the last of the Wildcat for sure moving forward for Pittsburgh on offense. Come on. Jesus Christ. It's going to be Raven ball inside the red zone of the 15 now. 1st and 10. Good God. That's why you're a running back, Jalen Samuels. A running back with a R and a B, not a quarterback.
Just a disaster start for Pittsburgh. Bad decision on the opening kickoff, then holding on the second kickoff that sets them back, and then
1st and 10 for the Ravens at the 15. Lamar Jackson looking to throw over the middle, complete the 5. Mark Andrews hurdles a guy. Flag on the play, down to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal, pending the penalty. Illegal hands to the face on Baltimore. 10-yard penalty, replay 1st down. Jacksonville ties it up at 7 against Carolina. 7-7 in Charlotte between the Jags and Panthers. 1st and 20 for the Ravens. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Jackson looking to throw once again. That's a hold, maybe. Flag on the play. Jackson scampers to the 15-yard line. However, flag on the play. Holding on Mark Barron on the Pittsburgh defense. It'll be 10 yards from the end of the run, automatic 1st down. So 1st and goal for the Ravens. That's iffy. There's more of a hold on the offensive line than there was that. Bears and Raiders over in London, tied at 0 early on. Falcons 7-0 lead over the Texans. Matt Ryan with a touchdown. Man in motion. Jackson in the pistol once again. Hands off Mark Ingram. Actually keeps it for himself once again. And gets inside the 5 to the 3-yard line. Bengals 3-0 on Arizona. Washington up 7-0 early on the New England Patriots. However, that game reminds me of Oklahoma, Kansas from yesterday. Kansas early 7-0 lead. Oklahoma ended up winning very, very big over the Jayhawks. They will now play Texas next week in Dallas in the Red River Rivalry. College game day in Baton Rouge for LSU, Florida. Those 2 games next week are the big games in college football. Fake to give. Jackson looking to throw from the 4. Rolls out near sideline. Stiff arm to T.J. Watt. And then he might have stepped out of bounds before he threw it away. Actually takes out somebody on the sideline as well. Flag on the pay. Maybe a late hit. Personal foul, roughing the passer on Pittsburgh. Half the distance to the goal, automatic 1st down. That was on number 91, Stephon Tuitt, on the roughing the passer. Jackson, okay, yeah, that's a good call. That's a definite roughing the passer. Did he step out of bounds, though, before he got pushed out? Either way, it's going to be 1st and goal for Baltimore. Pittsburgh with 5 penalties here in the first 10 minutes of the ballgame. Pistol once again for the Ravens. And handoff. Pittsburgh stuffs them. Snead in motion. Jackson hands off Mark Ingram, and he gets in the end zone for a Raven touchdown. 9-0 pending the extra point by Justin Tucker.
Trying to set the attitude of this game is Harbaugh and this offense. 13 plays, the Ravens have run 11 on the ground, and the touchdown maker Ingram gets another.
Mark Ingram. He just fits the mold for what John Harbaugh wants, what the Ravens do on offense. They're just confirming it upstairs before they allow Tucker to kick the extra point. Currently 9-0 Baltimore.
It's really a great combination. You got two real powerful runners in Ingram and Edwards pounding in between the tackles, and then the unbelievable skills of Lamar Jackson.
Tucker trying to stay loose. Ravens with 4 plays, 15 yards off of the interception. Touchdown has been confirmed. And they have taken the crowd completely out of it.
Tucker, extra point, up and good. Baltimore capitalizes on the Pittsburgh interception. Ravens now lead 10-0 over the Pittsburgh Steelers here with 4:48 to play in the opening quarter in this AFC North rivalry between the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll be back shortly with the action of both Ravens Steelers and Vikings Giants, as both are at a commercial break right now. Chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. Be sure to share this on social media as well. Hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL 100. Like, and super heart button. Like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18, and myself, Cool Hand Luke 96 on social media. Just take a screenshot, folks. It'll last longer. Plus, later on tonight, I'll be live right here on Periscope. WWE Hell in a Cell tonight.
The Honda HR-V is perfect for your typical day. Because it's been designed for your less than ones too. So it's ready for just about anything. The Honda HR-V with available real-time all-wheel drive and intelligent control system. Get a great deal on the HR-V. Part of U.S. News and World Report's best SUV brand.
Felony cyber hacking and theft. That's your next trial. So, you invited a witness to testify as a bird. I don't know who is an unconventional choice. She's an unconventional witness.
So, John, we still have a lot of work to do. CBS Monday. NFL on CBS is sponsored by Sprint. Switch today. Farmers Insurance. Find an agent at farmers.com. And by Honda. Great deals are waiting at your Honda dealer.
Rushing touchdowns this season for Mark Ingram. 6 on the road. The first-year Ravens had a tremendous run in New Orleans. So he sat down with Ingram.
Unfortunately, due to copyright, I cannot do that. Justin Tucker kicks off, and Pittsburgh will take a knee in the end zone for a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 Pittsburgh from the 25-yard line, down 10-0 to the Baltimore Ravens.
Fans gave ultimately Bronx cheer for
Rudolph hands off. Jalen Samuels. Update from New York. Tom Brady touchdown pass to Julian Edelman. Missed the extra point. Steven Gostkowski injured. Mike Nugent misses the extra point. Redskins lead the Pats 7-6. Pass complete over the middle at midfield. There's that Oklahoma State connection with Mason Rudolph and James Washington. First down for Pittsburgh. Will Fuller also with a touchdown reception for the Texans to tie it up with Houston and Atlanta at 7 apiece. And another handoff. James Conner, 8 yards on the run, 2nd and 2. Philadelphia on top of the Jets, 14-0 after a defensive touchdown. Once again, guys, thanks for tuning in and watching. From the 41, in the shotgun for Pittsburgh. 2nd and 2, another handoff, James Conner, first down at 35. Dalvin Cook with a run near sideline as well for the Minnesota Vikings. Vikings lead the Giants 3-0. There is Big Ben Roethlisberger on the sideline. No Apple Watch this week. He's out for the season, though, with a right elbow injury. Got surgery, wearing that cast. His robo arm, as he is still listening to the play call, still helping out Mason Rudolph. Pass complete at the 20-yard line, and then Juju Smith-Schuster breaks a tackle in the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Beautiful pass. Hit Juju right on the money at the 20. Hey, that rhymed, and then Juju broke a tackle in the end zone for a Steeler touchdown. Boswell on to attempt the extra point. So much for being a game-time decision. Juju already with 3 catches and now a touchdown. Boswell extra point up and good. 10-7 now is your score between the Ravens and Steelers. 2:41 to play here in the first quarter. As I was saying, Roethlisberger still helping out as much as he can, even though he's out for the season with a injury, helping out basically a rookie quarterback in Mason Rudolph in his 2nd year, starting now for the 3rd time ever here this afternoon against the Ravens.
I hate you so much right now. I'm gonna miss you so much. Yeah, you are. Alexa, call Kelly. You missing me already? Maybe. I knew it. Thank you. Extra.
These Baker Mayfield progressive commercials are awesome. They're hilarious. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Share this on social media. Commercial break right now with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Vikings lead the Giants 3-0. Flag on the play. A false start on Minnesota. But be sure to share this. Hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL100. Chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. Coming up with halftime recap college football from yesterday, plus stats and scores from around the league. Also later on tonight, WWE Hell in a Cell live reactions, play live right here on Periscope, so be sure to tune back in. Also, hit that super like, and super hard button, along with liking, following, and subscribing to Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18, and myself, Cool Hand Luke 96, on social media. Links are actually in the description below if you're watching on playback on YouTube. Keep an eye out for my college football Week 7 and NFL Week 6 predictions this week as well on YouTube. Next Sunday on NFL Network, a NFC South matchup across the pond in London, England, between the Panthers and Buccaneers. Breaking news on that. I will be live right here on Periscope for that ball game as well. So I hope to see everybody now next Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. for live reactions, play-by-play of Panthers and Bucs. Next week, the Ravens play the Bengals. Steelers play on Sunday Night Football in L.A. against Dan Fouts' former squad, the Chargers. Chargers hosting the Denver Broncos this afternoon. Thursday Night Football this week will be Giants, Patriots. So Panthers, Bucs next Sunday for myself, along with Steelers, Chargers, right here on Periscope next Saturday night. Penn State at Iowa, 7:30 Saturday night. Be sure to tune in. Once again, keep an eye out for my college football and NFL prediction videos on YouTube this upcoming week. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 25 for Baltimore. In the pistol, a lot so far this afternoon. Pass near side, Mark Ingram gets about 5 yards before getting pushed out of bounds. Bring up second down. Saints on the board as well against Tampa Bay, 3-0 early on. Jackson hands off. Ingram gets about 4 yards, 3rd and short. Hayden Hurst in the ball game at tight end number 81 for the Baltimore Ravens, a former Pittsburgh Pirate minor leaguer. Pirates fired Clint Hurdle a week ago and are now on the hunt for a new manager to lead the franchise into the future. Run on 3rd and 1 for Baltimore. Looks like Gus Edwards got enough for first down. They say first down, Ravens. 7-3, Cardinals on top of the Bungles. Hopefully close to halftime here, I won't have a near heart attack like I did last week, almost losing my breath. Basically, I couldn't breathe, started coughing up every lung I have, and I had to take a break for about 5 or 10 minutes. If you watch my live reactions play last Monday night of Bengals and Steelers live right here on Periscope. 1st and 10 over the middle on the slant, incomplete, intended for Hollywood Brown at the 40. Brings up 2nd and 10. Bud Dupree on the coverage. Flag on the play. What's this going to be?
52 seconds left in the opening quarter. Walt Anderson's crew has called the 4th most penalties of the 17 crews this season.
Ineligible downfield, number 78 offense, crossing the pass,
Penalties decline, 2nd down for Baltimore.
This is one of those run pass options.
It'll be 2nd down and 10.
It's going to be a run, so that's his assignment. But Jackson pulls it out and decides to throw the
Cousins looking to throw. Has Thielen. Back corner of the end zone. Touchdown Vikings. 10-0 Purple People Eaters over the New York Football Giants. Very rarely do you see a team decline a penalty, especially after a first down play. Pittsburgh took the down instead of the yardage. Gave Baltimore a 2nd and 10, gain of 8 on the last pass, complete to Hollywood Brown. Brings up 3rd and 2 for Lamar Jackson and company. The penalty was ineligible player downfield. 20 seconds and counting to play here in the opening quarter. Jackson out of the pistol once again. Handoff Mark Ingram. He gets the first down out to midfield. First down Baltimore. And that looks like it's going to be the final play of the first quarter. Baltimore will lead the Pittsburgh Steelers by a score of 10-7. Vikings 10-0 over the Giants as well.
The Honda CR-V is perfect for people from all walks of life. From the daydreamers to the night riders, and the carpoolers to the lone wolves. Let's not forget the young ones, and those young at heart. No wonder people made the CR-V the best-selling SUV in its class. Hurry to your Honda dealer during the #1 CR-V event and get a great deal today.
I can't believe it.
What? Our new house is haunted by Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Hey, Jill. Hey, Kurt. Movies? Oh, get Phoenix. No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on our car insurance with Geico. I got Phoenix. Oh, I got popcorn, I got caramel corn, I got kettle corn. Right, right.
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
As an actual store owner and board member, now I want to bring that Papa John to the community. Better ingredients, better pizza, better day.
This gorgeous life. No complaints here. Oh, man. Forgot to lock up my house.
You know, you could lock up your house from here.
She's right. You talking about smart home?
Yep. You could set a routine with lights to make it look like your home, and even have a smart speaker bark like a guard dog.
Dogs are cool. Never had a dog. Never had a fish either.
John felt his fighting spirit in one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. John refused to let him do. Stella proved not only full of fighting spirit.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Modelo, a taste that's pure gold. Brewed for those with a fighting spirit.
Numbers are tight. Quarter to play. So they got Baltimore 84 for Pittsburgh. Ravens had 14 rushes in the first quarter. That's by any team.
First and 10 from midfield for the Ravens. Out of the pistol once again. Another handoff. Mark Ingram. Gain of 3 yards.
Had a change of the weather down to Evan Washburn.
Yeah, weather at the 40s here, field level. And this is what we expected closer to the 2 o'clock hour. It's going to shift here. And it's not just the rain, it's the wind gusting between 10 and 15 miles per hour. Both these teams will tell you they're built to play in this weather, but more so defensively for Baltimore, the big plays they've been giving up. Footing can become a concern as they're trying to limit those big plays in the passing game.
Yeah, I've been here at Heinz Field 19 people. The Steelers opened back in 2077.
Jackson looking to throw, has a man. That's Hayden Hurst. Out past the 40, hurdles Mark Barron. Tackled at the 37.
11 yards on the catch and run and a first down.
Raiders 7-0 over the Bears. Khalil Mack facing off versus his former squad for the first time since that blockbuster trade last September.
In there as well.
Panthers once again on the board, 14-7. Christian McCaffrey now 2 touchdowns. Jackson hands off. Mark Ingram loses about 2 yards. Second down.
That's a loss of 1 on the play. Hayden collaborating with Bush.
They're trying to go wide for the first time with Ingram. There are just too many tacklers out there. And Ingram rarely
Lamar Jackson steps up, has a man completed to 35. Mark Barron on the tackle. Another update, Christian McCaffrey once again on a touchdown reception from Kyle Allen, who's playing in replacement of Cam Newton, who's out of action with a foot injury. Panthers lead the Jags 14-7. Third and 9 from the 35. Jackson over the middle, completed 30. Tight end Mark Andrews, he hurdles a guy as well. Tackled down at the 12-yard line. First down, Baltimore. Baltimore must have hurdling practice throughout the week as well. That's the third hurdle of the afternoon so far.
Talk about running ability. The high hurdler here. Mark Andrews goes right over the top. And all the way down.
Touchdown Giants as well. Vikings still lead. Touchdown pass from Daniel Jones. Bills, Titans still tied at 0. Second quarter. Second quarter here in Pittsburgh as well. And Jackson rolls out in the end zone, incomplete, intended for Willie Snead. Chris Godwin, former Penn Stater, 26-yard touchdown reception from Jameis Winston. Buccaneers now lead the Saints 7-3. Penn State defeated Purdue yesterday 35-7 in a crossover matchup in the Big Ten. Iowa, who Penn State plays next week, played at Michigan, who Penn State plays now in 2 weeks. Both games 7:30 on ABC. Penn State at Iowa. Penn State hosting Michigan on the 19th. That was another crossover game in the Big Ten yesterday. Michigan defeated the Hawkeyes 10-3. Jackson looking to throw, has a man in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. Marquise Hollywood Brown, the cousin of former Steeler wideout Antonio Brown, with the 12-yard touchdown reception. Baltimore now leads the Pittsburgh Steelers 11:21 to play before halftime, 16-7, pending the Justin Tucker extra point. Joe Hayden, T.J. Watt, Devin Bush in the area on the pass play. Jackson threads the needle, though. Finds Brown open in the end zone. Touchdown. Ravens 16-7 is now your lead. Kick up and good, 17-7 now, as the Ravens lead by 10 with about 10 to play before halftime. So Pittsburgh starts out a little slow, playing sloppy. Baltimore capitalizes on turnover. Pittsburgh bounces back, a touchdown of their own. However, Baltimore responds to that with another touchdown. Jackson to Brown, 17-7. Ravens lead.
So, just to reiterate, this watch tells time, among other things. I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there any faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate. I can't go anywhere. But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. When you cut rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get Allstate and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Combinations with Applebee's new pasta and shrimp combos starting at $9.99. Get big bites for your buck with our late night half price taps. That's eating good in the neighborhood.
Alabama, Texas A&M next weekend as well in college football. From College Station, 3:30 on CBS. That's another big college football game next weekend during Week 7. A huge slate of games next week with Oklahoma, Texas, Alabama, Texas A&M, USC at Notre Dame, Penn State at Iowa, and then Florida at LSU. Touchback on the kickoff. Pittsburgh will begin at the 25-yard line. Once again, maybe air it out a little bit for Mason Rudolph. Touchdown pass just a short time ago to Juju Smith-Schuster, who is playing this afternoon, if you were wondering. 17-7, Baltimore leads. Got to get the run game going. Pittsburgh has not been able to run the football whatsoever here in 2019. James Conner, Jalen Samuels, rookie out of Kentucky, Benny Snell. Rudolph going to be going to be in the shotgun. And now we got a whistle flag on the play, false start. False start on James Washington. How's that a false start? He was getting set.
6 penalties in the first half against the Steelers. That's unacceptable.
All right, whatever. Empty backfield now for Pittsburgh at the 20-yard line. Left to right across your television screen. Redskins hanging on against the Patriots. Rudolph pass complete at the 25. Vance McDonald out of action last week, playing today. Gets to the 30. Gets 10. Gets 5 of those yards back from that false start, plus 5. It'll be second down.
Newcomer Josh Bynes to shadow McDonald.
2nd and 6 officially from the 29. And Rudolph looking to throw, has a man complete gain of 2 yards. That's Deontay Johnson, number 18, the rookie receiver out of Toledo.
Signed him this week to add some veteran leadership and some physicality to the inside linebacker position. He's a big part of this game. He wasn't a part of training camp at all. It was off-season, out of football. He comes in this week, that quickly makes himself a part of this defense. Obviously has a history with this organization.
3rd and 4.
Impressive to quickly make himself game ready.
He has played with Detroit and Arizona in addition to his first stint with Baltimore, was Super Bowl and Ravens. Been part of the practice squad. He's been fighting and clawing for many years in this league, now in his 9th season.
Rudolph screen pass, top of your screen. Jalen Samuels, first down, gain of about 10 yards. First down.
This is where the Steelers have been struggling in converting third downs at just a 25.
Nice, simple, short pass to Samuels out of the backfield. Gets up the sideline. Out of bounds, first down, Pittsburgh at the 40.
Rudolph showed steady improvement at Oklahoma State. A strong arm. Your prototypical pocket passer.
Juju Smith-Schuster in motion. Handoff. About a yard on the run.
Well, the big thing he's been working on as of late, and Mike Tomlin talked to us about it, is the ball placement. Allowing the receiver to catch the ball in stride and make yardage after the catch. And especially when you think about all the missed tackles this Raven defense has had this year, that's really imperative today for the Steelers to have success.
And Mike has a way with words. He called it professional accuracy. That's what he's looking for Mason Rudolph.
Rudolph looking to throw once again, complete. Juju Smith-Schuster. Gain of 4, 3rd and 5. Texans 13-10 over Atlanta. Raiders 14-0 over Chicago. Cousins looking to throw. Has a man at the 15. Another first down for the Vikings. Goes to the rookie tight end out of Alabama, Irv Smith Jr., giving Kirk Cousins another weapon over the middle. Big story the past couple days has been Stephon Diggs with Minnesota. Actually fined this morning $200,000, and teams have been calling left and right about potentially trading for the wide receiver. However, Minnesota has stated they do not wish to trade Stephon Diggs. They have one of the best offenses on paper in the NFL with Cousins, Cook, Thielen, Diggs, Irv Smith Jr. at tight end. Great offensive line. Defense plays well. They're winning 10, 12, 13 games a year. However, they haven't been able to throw the football very well this year with the $84 million man at quarterback, Kirk Cousins, Captain Kirk. Pittsburgh punts, and Baltimore will get the ball back with 8:07 to play before halftime, up 10-17 to 7. Minnesota still with the ball. Cousins, former Redskin, knows the Giants well. Used to play against them twice a year in the NFC East. Now in his second year in Minnesota. Just a couple years back, year before Cousins joined the Vikings with Case Keenum, who's now in Washington with the Redskins. Screen pass, Cook gets back to the line of scrimmage. The Vikings were in the NFC Championship game before they lost to the Eagles, who beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl 2 weeks later. Cousins comes in, they go 8-8 last year and missed the playoffs. This year, sort of off to a slow start. They're 2-2. 2 wins against the rest of the NFL, however, 0-2 versus their own division in the NFC North versus the Packers on the road and Chicago last week on the road, now on the road once again against the Giants out of the NFC East. I think Minnesota's going to win this ball game and give Daniel Jones his first loss as a starting quarterback in the league. 2-0. He defeated Tampa Bay and Washington, as mentioned earlier, but still no Saquon Barkley for the Giants. However, they've been able to win without him. So, interesting game here with Minnesota and New York right now. Early on, Vikings lead 10-7. So my predictions this past week, I did pick Minnesota. Changed it up a little bit, just running some tests on YouTube and right here on Periscope as well, seeing what works versus what doesn't. So bear with me. It'll take some time, but keep an eye out for my college football week 7 and NFL week 6 predictions this week on YouTube as well. Dan Bailey, very long field goal, up and good. Vikings now lead the Giants 13-7. Should be coming back to the action in Pittsburgh right about now, with the Ravens leading the Steelers 17-7. Flashbacks of this rivalry with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh won that AFC Championship game, went on to the Super Bowl. Used to be Roethlisberger and Flacco, Polamalu and Lewis. Now in 2019, with Roethlisberger injured, it's Mason Rudolph and Lamar Jackson, as mentioned earlier, out of the pistol. Once again, for the Baltimore Ravens, a handoff to Mark Ingram. And Hilton, along with Dupree, on the stop. A yard loss for Marky Mark. Brings up, actually a 2-yard loss, brings up 2nd and 12 at the 10-yard line for the Ravens. Be sure to share this on social media, chat questions and comments. Always greatly appreciated. And Jackson throws. Stuffed to the line of scrimmage, 3rd and long for the Ravens. Carolina now 21-7 over Jacksonville. Jacksonville, the comeback team in the league so far early on this year. Teddy Bridgewater Touchdown of Michael Thomas. Saints lead the Bucks 10-7, 10-13 to play before halftime. 3rd and 11 though for Baltimore here. Under 7 to play before halftime. Marquise Hollywood Brown now going in the tent with an injury. He does have a touchdown early on in this ball game. Jackson with the throw complete. Actually deflected. Intercepted by Pittsburgh. Minka Fitzpatrick on the interception. And it's going to be first down for the Pittsburgh Steelers at the 15-yard line, it looks like. Or excuse me, that was number 29, Kelly, on the INT for Pittsburgh. Not 39, Minka Fitzpatrick. Deflected, hit Mark Andrews. Hit Andrews on the shoulder and deflected in the air. Pittsburgh INT, both quarterbacks now with one interception apiece here early on in the first half. It'll be 1st and 10. Pittsburgh down 10, 17-7. 6:42 to play before halftime. Ball to the 16-yard line. You got to get some points here on this drive. Touchdown would be nice. However, you have to settle for a field goal if this drive stalls. Still capitalize on the turnover and get some points. 17-7, 1st and 10, Pittsburgh. After the interception, trips near sideline. James Washington motions back in towards the line of scrimmage. Rudolph in shotgun looking to throw. Steps up, flag on the play, and Rudolph's going to get brought down at the 22-yard line for the sack. Flag on the play, though. Could be a holding on Baltimore's defense. Offside on the Ravens. 5-yard penalty, still first down. So no sack on Rudolph. Update from across the pond. Raiders 14-0 on Chicago. First and 5. James Conner gets 4. Ball is out, fumble. Ravens say they have it, however, James Conner down by contact. 2nd and 1 for Pittsburgh.
After the touchdown catch by Brown, he did have a noticeable limp on his right foot. He met with the athletic trainers and team doctors.
Challenge flag by the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh, the brother of former 49er, head coach in the NFL, former Stanford as well in college, now Michigan man, Jim Harbaugh, head coach of the Ravens, John Harbaugh. Baltimore challenging the previous play of a fumble recovered by the Baltimore Ravens. Was Conner down or not? See the replay here. And you really can't tell whether that ball is out or not before he goes down. I think that's going to stand. What do you guys think? I think that's going to stand. I don't think they're going to have enough to overturn that and say fumble, Baltimore recovers. But you never know. New State Farm commercial with Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes playing actual football with their agent as his agent. That's funny. His agent is at a shrink. And Jesus, that's funny. Having some bad dreams about Rodgers and Mahomes. I think that fumble is going to stand because I don't think they're going to have enough to overturn it. I don't think there's enough undisputable video evidence to overturn that because it's a pile. Did the ball come out before he went down? I don't know. I couldn't tell. we'll see when we return from commercial. Talk about the Harbaughs with Jim and John. Everybody knows the Harbaugh Bowl, Super Bowl, between the Ravens and 49ers. Baltimore won that by 3. Then Jim got run out of town by Sam Brandley in the back of his alma mater in Ann Arbor. Punt by the Giants. It'll be Viking ball when we return from East Rutherford as well. Vikings lead 13-7. Back in Pittsburgh, Heinz Field. During the timeout, the rolling on the field stands, and there's Connor's knee down before the ball even comes out. So no fumble. Pittsburgh ball still 2nd and 1. A Wildcat once again. Jalen Samuels going to keep it for himself though this time. No throw and interception. Samuels going to lose about 4 yards though. And enough with the Wildcat. Quit with the Wildcat. It's not that hard to stop because the defense knows exactly what's coming. It's a direct snap to the running back, and they're going to keep it and try to run and get the first down. Simple as that. It worked last week against the Bengals on Monday night because you hadn't used it all season long. Hell, they haven't used Wildcat in God knows how long. If ever, if I can remember correctly, I don't know. Timeout Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is stronger than cancer as well. Nice shirt there by Mike Tomlin. The timeout Steelers. Split screen commercial. We'll be back here shortly. But just enough with the Wildcat. Just quit running it. It, had its time to shine there last week, and it worked pretty well. But just don't start using it all the damn time. Like, the Dolphins were really the first team that started using the Wildcat in the NFL when they had Ronnie Brown. And they used it for a little while, yet the Dolphins still ended up losing games and still missed out on the playoffs every year they do, all the time. So, since then, though, the Wildcat has obviously grown. We really haven't seen it a whole lot lately the past few years, but Pittsburgh brought it back last week. And it's getting stuffed here early on against the Baltimore defense. Marquise Hollywood Brown leaving the field to go into the locker room with an injury. So he's going to be out for the rest of the game. A huge loss for Baltimore on offense. 3rd and 6 for Pittsburgh. Empty backfield for Mason Rudolph. Ball at the 12-yard line. Fake the shuffle pass. Rudolph steps up looking to throw. Gets sacked. Back at the 25-yard line. So this drive does stall after the interception. At least they'll be able to settle for a field goal, which is all right, I guess, to some extent. However, a touchdown would have been nice, but you take the points while you can still get it. Get Boswell out there to attempt a field goal, his first of the afternoon, after another sack by the Baltimore defense. 41 yards for Chris Boswell. Kick is up and good. Looked like it was blocked at first, but kick up and good. Ravens now only lead by 7, 17-10 over the Pittsburgh Steelers.
team starts playing better. I'm not going back in there. Superstitious, huh? No. Come on. How many games in a row have you worn those socks? 5. For a good game, the only game day ritual you need is nachos for breakfast. No. Limes and Coronas. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah, you do. Bye-bye. Go now to find your game day beach. Quesadillas? Gordon Ramsay. Handing out samples. Seems like just an okay use of your culinary talents, dude. Yeah, it is, smart guy. Almost like a brand new iPhone, but not pairing with AT&T.
That's true, Gordon Ramsay.
Hey, fingers! Not a buffet. Use the cocktail stick.
Cocktail stick.
Get the most from your amazing new iPhone 11 Pro on AT&T, America's fastest network for iPhones. More for your thing. That's our thing. Cut to the chase by Jersey Mike's. Vietnam above.
2,000 children murdered for somebody else. I can't wait to see it. We'll hunt down every piece of evidence. CBS Monday. Two Americans were caught in impeachment inquiry. 60 Minutes travels across the country to find out. Plus, we're inside the mind of America's most prolific serial killer. Tonight, on 60 Minutes. 4:39 mark of the second quarter. Two returns back. Hill and Moore for the kick by Boswell.
Boswell kicks off for Pittsburgh. Baltimore fields at the 10. Down the far sideline, Boswell actually trips him up around the 45-yard line after a huge return on the kickoff by the Baltimore Ravens. 4:39 to play before halftime, up 7 on Pittsburgh.
Well, and he got off to a great running start because of that forward kickoff by Boswell. He caught it at about the 12-yard line with a full head of steam. 46 yards on the return. Exactly what the coach was, the former special teamer.
And look where Baltimore is set up. The Steelers 42. 17-10 lead. Sneed for Baltimore.
Handoff from Jackson. Gain of 3 for Mark Ingram. Bills on the board against the Titans, 7-0. Almost halftime in Nashville.
He appeared to aggravate the right ankle injury. I saw him initially have discomfort after the touchdown catch. You see, he decelerates and immediately goes to the 10. They tried to tape it and tried to do some jogging on the sideline, but just wasn't feeling right. Headed into the locker room to see what the third quarter has to score.
Yeah, that's a major weapon out of the arsenal.
Willie Sneed in motion. Jackson steps up looking to throw. T.J. Watt and Cameron Hayward on the sack for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 3rd and long. Jackson goes down. T.J. Watt right off the edge. Takes down the former Louisville Cardinal.
Really a well-designed blitz there by the Steelers. Good teamwork between Hayward and Watt.
Package here for Pittsburgh, 13 for Baltimore.
And Jackson going to go down once again at midfield. Another sack by the Pittsburgh defense. Vince Williams on the sack this time around. 2 straight plays, 2 sacks by the Pittsburgh defense. As it will now be 4th and a mile for the Baltimore Ravens, and they will punt for the first time this afternoon.
Seven-year career, that's 16 for Williams, and that's a huge back-to-back sacks for the Steeler defense.
Ben Roethlisberger on the sideline is Ryan Shazier, and Vince has learned a lot from Shazier, understanding what offense we're trying to do based on their alignments. Shazier is a pound of information. As Rookie 3 told us,
He's been involved in all the meetings, goes to the practice, he's on the sidelines. His football IQ is unmatched. It's so valuable to these young linebackers of the Steelers.
punt goes in the end zone for a touchback. It'll be Pittsburgh ball with one timeout, 3:06 to play before halftime at the 20-yard line. They have 80 yards to go to reach pay dirt, potentially tie this ball game up heading into halftime. Now Baltimore, since they kicked off, will receive the second half kick.
What about monsters having accidents? I know people.
Depends. Did you cause the accident?
Cause an accident? How do you know all this stuff?
Just comes with experience.
Yeah.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
3:06 before halftime here. First and 10 from the 20.
In the offense. Saw what he did last week, 24 of 28. He's 9 of 10 today. Said it's improving every week. Those days going back to the spring and training camp when he was working with the Wolves at times. Helped him a great deal. He's got a
Rudolph near perfect here today. Steps up, has a man, overthrows his intended target, Deontay Johnson, deep down the far sideline, incomplete, second and 10.
Expecting the bomb, and that's what they got. He had a better shot at it than Washington.
Our NFL insider Jason LaConfora has reported that the Ravens are expected to be very active before the trade deadline. And, obviously, if you think about that, Jalen Ramsey's name pops up in conversation. There are a bunch of teams that are interested in an out-down corner from Jacksonville who is inactive today with a back injury. 7-10 now for Pittsburgh. 3 minutes to go. Second quarter.
Rudolph pump fakes, double pump, rolls out, almost intercepted at the first down marker, incomplete.
Got his hands on it, incomplete. And there's a flag on the other side of the field at the 40.
Now we have a flag on the play.
It's going to be holding against the Ravens.
Prior to the pass,
Number 26.
holding on the Raven defense. Automatic first down after the 10-yard holding call.
The previous play.
He's got a handful of jersey, it appears. Deontay Johnson.
Kennedy's dealt with injuries. IR last year. Knee practice squad member. 6th round pick back in 2016 from Virginia. 252 mark for the second quarter. Now from the 25.
From the 25, Rudolph pump fakes once again near sideline. At the first down marker, however, Johnson has to come back for it just a tad. About a 7-8 yard gain on the catch. Going to bring up second and short. See where they officially spot the ball. Be second and 3. 2:25 to play here in the first half. Rudolph complete near sideline at the 38. First down. Oklahoma State connection once again. Rudolph to Washington.
You can see the chemistry working between Washington and Rudolph. Timing on that was exquisite.
Rudolph once again incomplete after a little bit of a deflection. Baltimore running this back in the end zone. It's going to be incomplete for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's not going to be a scoop and score for Baltimore by any means. Now, hell, they could challenge us. It just went to the 2-minute warning, 1:58.
And this is the 2-minute warning.
So, incomplete forward pass. It'll be second and 10 for Pittsburgh. Looked like it either got deflected or Rudolph was hit when he threw. And deflected a little bit at the line of scrimmage, which brought up the incompletion. So 2-minute warning now. And Pittsburgh will have the ball. Second and 10 down 7, one timeout before halftime.
If I met another veteran, they were with another insurance company, I would tell them, you need to join USAA because they have better rates and better service. We're the Gomez family. We're the Rivera family. We are the Kirby family, and we are USAA members for life. Get your auto insurance quote today.
center kick. But when we realized she was battling sensitive skin, we switched to Tide Pods Free and Gentle. Is gentle on her skin, and dermatologist recommended. Tide Free and Gentle. Safe for skin with psoriasis and eczema.
There's only one other place they could be.
Where are the bug-like items?
Oh, you're looking for the party turret. This here is a stewardess and a void turret. Completely different turrets.
Oh, it's the wrong rooftop.
Through for the night.
Verizon 5G is 5G built right. And from the network powering the NFL, here are the moments of impact. A Texans trick play backfired when DeAndre Hopkins' pass was picked off by Panthers defensive back Ross Cockrell. The interception led to a Christian McCaffrey touchdown, and the Panthers went on to earn the win. Verizon 5G is now in stadiums across the country. This is 5G built right.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by USAA, made for the military community. And by Verizon, the network more people rely on.
Second and 10.
Play was ruled incomplete. We've seen a bunch of plays extend in the NFL this season. Officials not blowing the whistle because they don't want to make a mistake.
Johnson in motion.
Just in case.
Rudolph looking his way. Deflected, almost intercepted by Baltimore once again. Intended for the former Seahawk, who played for Seattle against Pittsburgh Week 2 in Pittsburgh, Heinz Field. Was just traded, though, about a week and a half ago, though now, to Pittsburgh. Nick Van Ette, 2 catches last week on Monday Night Football for about 30 yards for the Steelers. First target this afternoon, incomplete, 3rd and 10. Seattle, a big win over LA last week on Thursday Night Football. Rudolph, 3-step drop. Going for it all, deep down the middle. Overthrows his intended target at the 15-yard line. Johnny Holton's number 80. Got to dive for that, buddy. 4th and 10. Pittsburgh will punt.
Latest NFL scores and highlights all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. So Steelers will punt it. Baltimore has 2 timeouts remaining. Cyrus Jones, the former Patriot, waiting for the kick from Harry. Did not get all of it, but he did get a Steeler roll.
Jordan Berry gets the punt up and away down to the 20-yard line by Pittsburgh. Flag on the playbook.
At the 33 of Pittsburgh. 6 penalties against the Steelers, 3 called and accepted against Baltimore.
Vikings with a toss play. Giants, good defensive stand.
136 mark of the
Grant Haley on the stop. Another former Penn State Nittany Lion. Flag on the play in Pittsburgh.
in this heated rivalry.
Hear any noise in the background, folks? Just some dogs barking. Don't get worried. During the kick, holding on Baltimore on the return. It'll be 10 yards from the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Ravens at the 10-yard line. Now with 2 timeouts, 90 yards to go, and 1:45. So see if Lamar Jackson can drive the Baltimore Ravens downfield, put points on the board before halftime. Pittsburgh tried to do that. 3 and out. Punt. Now Baltimore has the ball back. Chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. Coming up at halftime, recap college football from yesterday, plus stats and scores from around the league in the NFL. Minnesota, 3rd and goal. Cousins looking to throw. And running for his life, going to get sacked at the 14-yard line. A huge defensive stand by the Giants now on a sack, forcing the Vikings to kick a field goal. 1st and 10, 1:36 officially for the Baltimore Ravens. Up 7 on Pittsburgh, 17-10 now at the 10-yard line. Man in motion. Pistol formation once again for Lamar Jackson. They've been running that like crazy all day long. Keeps it for himself. Good block downfield. Gets about 8, maybe 9 yards, depending on the spot on first down, second and short. On the way.
8.5-yard pickup. First 5 possessions. Field goal, touchdown out of the gate. Then the interception. Last possession resulted in a punt.
Dan Bailey on to attempt another field goal for the Vikings. Kick up and good. 16-7 now. Vikings lead the Giants. 2nd and 2 from the 19 for the Ravens. Jackson hands off. Mark Ingram gain of 3, first down. 1:24 and counting to play before halftime. Bills at halftime lead the Titans. Also, the Raiders lead the Bears 17-0 across the pond in London, England at halftime. First down and 10 for the Ravens at the 22. Jackson pump fakes, and he's going to be brought down for a sack by Cameron Hayward. He did shuffle it, however, they blew the whistle, rolled him down. 2nd down, now under a minute to play. Does Baltimore call one of their 2 timeouts here to stop the clock? It'll be 2nd down and about 13, 14, 2nd and long from the 18 now. Baltimore, Jackson throwing once again near sideline, picked off the 25-yard line by the Steelers. Now the Steelers down 7, have 1 timeout in 33 seconds with great field position to potentially put more points on the board before halftime. Jackson with a little touch pass near side, and Pittsburgh jumped the route. Picked it off. It was intended. Willie Snead in the area. That's 2 interceptions now for Lamar Jackson.
Trying to squeeze it into Roberts. Hilton steps in front, and Pittsburgh has got possession at the 25-yard line of Baltimore.
One timeout to work with.
Mason Rudolph.
Empty backfield for Mason Rudolph. You have to get points on this drive. You have to get points. A touchdown would be nice once again, but you got to settle for field goal, so be it. Rudolph looking to throw. Complete. Jalen Samuels with the 21. Clock continues to roll. 1 timeout. 2nd down. Baltimore not letting Pittsburgh get up. Clock continues to wind. 20 seconds. You got to spike it. You got to spike it or, do something real quick. Maybe a short pass to the sideline. 12 seconds. Rudolph looking to throw. Back corner, near side in the end zone. Incomplete, 7 seconds. 3rd and 6. Flag on the play. Maybe okay. I was going to say a hold, but personal foul roughing the passer on Baltimore. Automatic first down for the Steelers. It'll be 15 yards. And that's not really roughing the passer by any means, but he did hit him in the face mask. Legal hands to the face. But
Very little time, obviously.
I don't know about that one. Cardinals 13-6 on the Bengals. It's 1st and 10, though, from the 11 for Pittsburgh. 7 seconds, 1 timeout. You got to throw a fade, back corner of the end zone, or a slant over the middle. Hopefully, it doesn't get picked off. Maybe go to the tight end as well. Juju Smith-Schuster in the ball game, too, for Pittsburgh. See what happens here. Rudolph looking to throw. Pump fakes. Back corner of the end zone once again. Overthrows his intended target. Incomplete. 3 seconds before halftime. And Chris Boswell will come on and attempt a field goal heading into halftime. It's 17-10 right now. Boswell with a field goal to make it 17-13. We've seen crazier shit happen, though, before, too. Maybe Baltimore blocks it, returns it for a touchdown, or God knows what. 29 yards for Boswell. Already 1 for 1 today from 41 earlier. 29 now. To end the first half, kick up and good. Baltimore now only leads by 4. Pittsburgh trails 17-13 at halftime. against the Baltimore Ravens. 2 interceptions by Lamar Jackson has kept the Pittsburgh Steelers in this ball game. Baltimore leads by 4, 17-13, and will receive the second half kick as well when we return. Hail Mary for the Viking. Kirk Cousins from midfield chucks it. It's in the end zone, incomplete. At halftime, the Vikings lead the Giants. So both games now at halftime. Halftime report coming up shortly. Yesterday, though, in college football, the 17 games that I predicted, I went 9-8. First game was this past Thursday. It was Temple in East Carolina. The Owls defeated the Pirates down in Greenville, North Carolina. Also on Friday night, Cincinnati upset Central Florida. Yesterday, though, now, Penn State defeated Purdue, Oklahoma over Kansas, Michigan defeated Iowa. Penn State at Iowa next Saturday. Penn State hosts Michigan in 2 weeks. Texas went on the road to West Virginia, defeated the Mountaineers yesterday. Oklahoma, Texas next week as well. Texas Tech upset Oklahoma State. It's halftime right now. If you are just now tuning in to my live reactions play-by-play of NFL, Ravens, Steelers, and Vikings, Giants. Halftime both games. They both just went to halftime. Baltimore leads 17-13 over Pittsburgh. Vikings also beat the Giants. Iowa State defeated TCU. Maryland defeated Rutgers. Tulane also went on the road to West Point, defeated Army. Florida 24-13 over Auburn. Texas, as mentioned, defeated the West Virginia. Virginia Tech over the U. Arizona defeated Colorado. Georgia over Tennessee. Ohio State with a 34-10 victory over Michigan State. Oregon also defeated Cal 17-7. And then Stanford got back to their winning ways, defeated Washington. Now keep an eye out for my college football Week 7 predictions this week over on Gridiron Ring's YouTube channel. Now this week in the NFL, kicked off this past Thursday, Rams and Seahawks from Seattle. Seattle with a 1-point win, 30-29, after LA missed a game-winning field goal at the end of the ball game. Today, the Steelers and Ravens. Baltimore leads at halftime. Giants and Vikings. Vikings also lead at halftime. Falcons at the Texans. Bills at the Titans. Bears, Raiders in London. Bucks at the Saints. Jags at the Panthers are the other 1 o'clock games. Now a halftime report. Patriots at Redskins, plus Packers, Cowboys later on today, along with Sunday Night Football. Colts and Chiefs. Monday Night Football tomorrow night. Browns at the 49ers. Patriots lead the Redskins 9-7. Almost halftime in D.C. Just started the second half. Bills lead the Titans 7-0. A very, very low scoring ball game between Buffalo and Tennessee. Jaguars and Panthers 21-14. Gardner Minshew does have 2 touchdowns, however 2 lost fumbles. Carolina 7-point lead almost halftime at home against Jacksonville. Christian McCaffrey with 2 touchdowns early on. Atlanta at Houston. Atlanta leads 17-16 at halftime. Both Matt Ryan and Deshaun Watson, 150 yards passing and 2 touchdowns apiece. Atlanta leads by 1 due to a missed extra point by Houston. Should be a tie ball game. 17-10, Saints lead the Bucks. Bridgewater with 2 touchdowns and an INT. Jameis Winston also with a touchdown pass to Chris Godwin. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. 17-13 as mentioned. Ravens lead the Steelers. Now the Cardinals and Bengals. 13-6 Arizona. Kyler Murray with a touchdown. Eagles leading the Jets 21-0. We had an interception return by the Eagle defense. The Jets are god-awful once again. Sam Darnold still out with mono. 21-0. Eagles lead. 18-7. Vikings lead Giants. Cousins almost 300 yards passing in the first half. Across the pond in London, Raiders leading the Bears 17-0. So prediction-wise for myself, I picked Seattle, 1-0. I picked Pittsburgh, 4-point deficit right now. I picked the Vikings. They're leading the Giants. I also picked the Texans. They trail by 1. I picked the Titans at home because Matt Barkley starting at quarterback for an injured Josh Allen for Buffalo. However, that was when I did my predictions. Allen is playing for Buffalo this afternoon past his concussion protocol. Picked the Raiders as well. They lead the Bears. Have the Saints over the Bucks, also the Jags over the Panthers. So doing pretty well in my predictions for the NFL during week 5. 425 Packers, Cowboys on Fox, along with Sunday Night Football, Colts and Chiefs. Monday Night Football tomorrow night, Browns at 49ers. Be sure to tune back in now tomorrow night for live reactions, play-by-play be sure to tune back in later tonight. I believe that's what I said. Or I might have said tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, Monday Night Football, no live stream. Tonight, later on tonight, Hell in a Cell in the WWE. They are about to kick off that pay-per-view at 7 Eastern Time. So that's when I'll be back doing live reactions. Play-by-play of that as well. WWE Hell in a Cell. We have 2 Hell in a Cell matches. The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus Seth Rollins Universal Championship. That's actually the question of the day today over on Gridiron Ring's Facebook and Twitter page. Be sure to go vote on that poll. Also a Hell in a Cell match with Sasha Banks and Bayley. Only 4 matches advertised though. Nothing else has been announced. That's why I didn't do Hell in a Cell predictions. Second straight pay-per-view, first time ever. Actually, it was the first time ever last month for Clash of Champions. I never did a WWE prediction video for the upcoming pay-per-view. Now 2 pay-per-views in a row with only 4 matches announced for Hell in a Cell tonight. No prediction video once again for the WWE. The other 2 matches, it is Bayley and Charlotte. They actually announced that Friday night, so 5. We'll make that 5 because one of the other ones is a tag team match with Eric Rowan and Luke Harper, the Bludgeon Brothers, versus the Big Dog Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan, the new Daniel Bryan. They'll be in a feud here shortly. Match in Survivor Series, more than likely. Now, in the meantime, since I've been on, they might have announced more matches for Hell in a Cell tonight. I don't know. We'll find out when the pay-per-view kicks off at 7. So be sure to tune back in at 7 o'clock tonight from the live reactions play of WWE Hell in a Cell as well. We'll catch the tail end of Packers, Cowboys, plus Sunday Night Football with Colts and Chiefs. And halftime right now for both Ravens and Steelers and Vikings and Giants. So thank you guys once again for tuning in and watching this live stream, my live reactions play of NFL this afternoon. Chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. Super like, and super heart button as well. Thank you for those just a short time ago. Be sure to share this on social media, hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL100, along with liking, following, and subscribing to Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18, and myself, Cool Hand Luke 96, on social media. For watching on playback, links are in the description below. So some highlights from around the league as well during the Fox halftime report. The Raiders lead the Bears 17-0. Falcons 17-16 over the Texans. Patriots still lead the Redskins 9-7 as well in Landover, Maryland. Buccaneers and Saints. That's a 17-10 lead for New Orleans and Teddy Bridgewater. A good sign for Drew Brees, though. There's footage of him throwing a football once again after his hand injury, more so his thumb on his right hand. So he should be back shortly. Cardinals lead the Bengals as well. Eagles over the Jets. Panthers over the Jaguars. Vikings once again lead the Giants at halftime. Later on today, too, Broncos play at the Chargers. Be an interesting game. The 0-4 Denver Broncos against an up-and-down Charger team. Really probably should be undefeated. Lost a couple close games to Detroit and Houston. McCaffrey getting the end zone, though, for Carolina. Kyle Allen, 2-0 as the starting quarterback for the Panthers. There's Gardner Minshew, 2 fumbles for him. 1 scoop and score for Brian Burns, rookie out of Florida State. Jaguars, however, cut the deficit to 4, 21-17 now. Panthers lead. There's Sam Darnold actually on the sideline for the Jets, on the road in Philadelphia. Still out of action now with mono. Eagles lead, though, 21-0 at halftime. Pittsburgh and Baltimore, 17-13. Ravens will get back to that action here shortly. Chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. So keep those coming on through. Try to answer them to the best of my ability. Bills, Titans. There's Josh Allen. As mentioned, he is playing. During my predictions, I picked Tennessee because he wasn't scheduled to play. However, passed his concussion test and is playing today through a touchdown pass a short time ago, with the Bills now leading the Titans 7-0 in the third quarter. And Terry Bradshaw spilled his coffee. Terry Bradshaw making a mess during Fox halftime show. Highlights now of Vikings-Giants, as that is the 1 o'clock game here in my area. Baltimore-Pittsburgh as well on CBS. Everybody will get the game of the week, Packers-Cowboys, plus Sunday Night Football with Colts and Chiefs, along with Monday Night Football tomorrow night with the Browns and 49ers. Also today, we have a new hashtag in the NFL, Crucial Catch, for the month of October with Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Looks like we're coming back to the action here. Start of the third quarter now in Pittsburgh with the Ravens and Steelers. Baltimore will receive the second half kickoff. Also, a NASCAR playoff race from Dover this afternoon that just got underway. So try to get some updates from the sport of NASCAR as well. Martin Truex Jr. looks to be leading the pack into the final race of the year, the Sunday before Thanksgiving, on his way to another NASCAR championship. In my opinion, at least everybody has their own opinion, but a lot going on this weekend in football and the sporting world. Hockey's back, basketball starting up as well, NASCAR playoffs, WWE Friday Night SmackDown is back with Hell in a Cell tonight, Raw tomorrow night, NXT and AEW War on Wednesday nights now on USA and TNT respectively. So, yeah, a lot going on in football and wrestling, NASCAR, baseball, basketball, hockey, just everything in general, sport-wise. This is the best time of the year, in my opinion. The weather's just perfect as well. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. It's just perfect. Back to the action as well in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Giants will start off the second half with the football. Vikings kick off for a touchback. It'll be Giant ball, 1st and 10 from the 25. Boswell kicks off as well for the Pittsburgh Steelers. That'll be a touchback. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Ravens at the 25-yard line as well. From the 25-yard line, we'll see if Baltimore opens up in the pistol. It seems like they've been in the pistol formation this entire ball game. Baltimore in the pistol, fullback to the right of Jackson. Tight end in motion as well, 1st and 10. Jackson hands off Mark Ingram. Gain of about 2. They'll give him forward progress. Flag on the play, though.
Steelers are being in that neutral zone again.
Offside, number 98.
Offside on Vince Williams on the Pittsburgh defense. It'll be first down Baltimore. First half stats. Pittsburgh once again cannot run the football whatsoever. Mason Rudolph's had to do it all. Defenses had to step up as well. 2 interceptions by Jackson. Rudolph also has 1. Baltimore capitalized. Pittsburgh has capitalized on the turnovers though too. So 17-13 is where we stand here early in the third quarter. Another handoff. Mark Ingram on 1st and 5 gets about 3.5, 4 yards. It'll be second and short. Snead in motion. Jackson hands off once again. Another run by the Baltimore Ravens. Mark Ingram gets just enough, though, for the first down. It'll be first down Baltimore here early in the second half. Yes, but the previous 4 games for Pittsburgh as well. You got to give credit to the Baltimore defense. Yes, I agree with that. But the previous 4 games for Pittsburgh, James Conner, Jalen Samuels, Benny Snell, Pittsburgh has not been able to run the football whatsoever this the whole entire season so far up to this point. So, first and 10 from the 36. Jackson keeps it for himself. Gets to the 41, 5 yards on the run, second down. So, it'll be interesting to see how things play out here in the second half. Weather, I think, will be key here a little bit. Rain starting to fall, it looks like, but it's looked muggy the whole entire game so far. This is just perfect fall weather, though, in central and western Pennsylvania. So, second and 6. We'll see how things play out. But Baltimore's been able to run the ball well all season long. Pittsburgh, on the other hand, no. Mark Ingram, once again, that's Gus Edwards for a gain of 8 out to the 46-yard line, first down. Score alert, New Orleans with another touchdown. Ted Ginn Jr. Yes, I can agree with that as well. It's obviously a 4-quarter, 60-minute ball game. So as long as whoever your favorite team is, wins in the end, that's really all that matters. But they still got to get the run game going, in my opinion, because come later on here in October, in November, and December, as the season moves on, if they still can't run the football, they're going to be in trouble, especially with a young quarterback in Mason Rudolph, who's going to have to, throw the ball downfield for the whole entire game then at that point, especially in a tough division in the AFC North. I do understand there is a lot of game left to play as well. Believe me, the game's not over until it's over, until there's 0-0 on the clock at the end of the fourth quarter. So I agree with that as well. I get that. So they got to find, they can block. Rudolph really hasn't been on his ass a whole lot compared to what Roethlisberger, has been recently before he went down with his injury. Now out for the season, that's why Rudolph's playing, obviously. But, they just can't run the football. Like Connor just, for some reason, they can't run the football with him or Samuels, the Wildcat, getting a little too much of that. We saw an interception and then a stop on defense by Baltimore earlier as well. And that led to Baltimore points, 17-13 now. Baltimore leads, 3rd and 3, 10:50 play in the third. Jackson looking to throw, has a man, first down Ravens, 40-35. Minka Fitzpatrick pushes Mark Ingram out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Flag on the play. Unfortunately, due to copyright, I cannot show this game between the Ravens and Steelers or Vikings and Giants. Going to have a pass interference on the Baltimore offense. So that 25-yard pass from Jackson to Mark Ingram is now coming back. Baltimore-Pittsburgh games, though, always come down to the final 5 minutes of the fourth quarter. This will, believe me, come down to the wire once again today. And whether or not the best team, the better team comes out on top or not, I don't know. It's really just going to be whoever makes a play late in the ball game, as usual. And, you know, if you can run the ball, play good defense, you know, rely on your kicker, as I always say, you know, you're going to be winning football games. So, pass complete. It's going to be 4th and short, though, for Baltimore, and they will punt. So once again, guys, thanks for tuning in and watching. Chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. Always try to answer those to the best of my ability. Like, follow, and subscribe, Gridiron Ring, Gridiron Ring 18, and myself, Cool Hand Luke 96, on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and right here on Periscope. Like, and super heart button, along with sharing this on social media. Baltimore, 4th and 6, will not punt at midfield. They will go for it. And Pittsburgh might have jumped offside. Once again, maybe a false start by Baltimore. See what this is on 4th and 6. Neutral zone fraction, offside on Pittsburgh on 4th and 6. 5-yard penalty brings up 4th and 1. However, a closer yardage to go for the Baltimore Ravens, which will mean they're probably going to get in the pistol and run with Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards right up the gut and then get the first down. And this drive will continue. 4th and 1, though, for Baltimore. Pittsburgh defense got to step up. Enough with the penalties and the turnovers. Those lose you football games. Jackson now under center, quarterback sneak. Has trouble with the snap, however, somehow, some way, still gets enough for the first down. Gain of 2 for Jackson. First down, Baltimore. Drive will continue. 24-10, New Orleans leads Tampa Bay. Giants on the board once again, however, still trailing Minnesota 18-10. New England was leading the Redskins along with the Bills over the Titans, Panthers over the Jaguars as well, if you were just now tuning in. So chat questions and comments, always greatly appreciated. 1st and 10 from the 43 for the Baltimore Ravens. Jackson looking to throw over the middle. What a catch at the 15-yard line. Actually intercepted by Devin Bush. Went right through the hands of Mark Andrews. And Devin Bush, a rookie linebacker out of Michigan, with the INT. Lamar Jackson now 3 interceptions here in today's ball game. Literally went through the hands of the tight end, and Bush came down with it as they went down to the ground. Devin Bush with the interception. Did he control the ball, though, when he went down to the ground? That will be reviewed during the commercial timeout. And the ball did hit the ground, but it looked like he maintained possession as he went down to the ground. And I think that's going to be a catch. I think that's going to be an interception by Devin Bush on Pittsburgh's defense. Interception on the field, so they have to find undisputable video evidence, though, to overturn it. Do they have enough? They might. We'll see when we come back from the break. 18-10, I said Minnesota was leading the Giants. However, penalty on the play. Kick comes off the board. No 3 points for the Giants. 2nd goal now from the 15 for Big Blue. Screen pass by Daniel Jones. 5-yard gain, another flag on the play. So, a lot going on right now. Big sequence just took place there with both of these games that I'm currently watching with Minnesota and the Giants, and then Baltimore and the Pittsburgh Steelers. So chat questions and comments, greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. I'm your host, Encyclopedia Sports, Cool Hand Luke 96 of Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18 on social media. Give Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18, and myself, Cool Hand Luke 96, a follow on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Subscribe on YouTube, and follow myself right here on Periscope and over on Twitter, CoolHandLuke96. Like the super heart button as well. Share this, hashtag NFL, hashtag NFL100. BAL for Baltimore versus PIT for Pittsburgh. Also, Bears and Raiders across the pond in London. Oakland was leading 17-0. We'll check in on that game here shortly. Call stands. Call stands after the review. It's first down and 10, Pittsburgh at the 13-yard line after Lamar Jackson's third interception of the ball game. Rudolph fakes a give, going for it all over the middle, incomplete. It'll be second down.
To the ground with the football. We see a bobble here as he's trying to possess that. He does make contact with this ground, in my opinion, prior to securing that football. So I would look at this play as if the ground actually aided him in the finishing of that reception, and I would have flipped that to incomplete. I know where they're going with the stands because the ball doesn't move, but I think the ground helped him with that process.
Second and 10, Pittsburgh hands off. 2-yard loss.
Control of his hand, it's more in his forearm and his bicep, and the ground actually pushes the ball into his body and to his right hand.
So that's a turnover again. Now, if he would have possessed that football prior to that, I mean, secured it, and now the ball hits the ground, I can see that, but then I didn't think that was finished before the contact with the ground. All right, thank you, Gene. 3rd and 11 here for the Steelers.
Rudolph on 3rd and 11, pump fakes. And gets rid of it. First down. James Washington once again out to the 37-yard line. First down, Pittsburgh. Mason Rudolph is down. Mason Rudolph is down and not moving. He is literally not moving. He is laying there looking. Is he dead? Mason Rudolph is down, injured, literally not moving. A big hit from behind and from the front, and literally just fell to the ground in the middle of the air and has a finger, looked like he was flipping off somebody. Oh my God, he's knocked out cold. Eyes to the back of his head. And Juju Smith-Schuster came over and looked and literally fell to the ground. CBS goes to commercial. This is not good. Safety-wise for Mason Rudolph, down injured. Pittsburgh will now turn to Devlin Hodges, number 6, at quarterback. But clearly the number 1
Thank you so much for coming, James. Great to see you. Absolutely pleasure.
That's very, very scary.
Of course. Hey, next time, your place? All right.
That's helmet to helmet.
Oh, my goodness, I gotta
He's knocked out cold. Literally just fell to the ground in the middle of the air. The number 1 thing is safety. I get the NFL has been trying to protect players. This wasn't a dirty hit, though, by any means, by Baltimore, in my opinion. When you sign up to play football, you know you're going to get hit. Washington connected with his former teammate at Oklahoma State James Washington on the first down completion. It's going to be 1st and 10 for Pittsburgh at the 37 when we do return. But Mason Rudolph is now down injured. Medical staff, personnel out attending to him. CBS went to commercial right away. Very, very scary scene in Pittsburgh at Heinz Field with Mason Rudolph, the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We'll see if Pittsburgh, Ben Roethlisberger is out for the year now with an elbow injury. Rudolph steps in, his third start today. 1-1 as a starter. Has looked great so far as the starting quarterback. Now they bring the cart out onto the field. Pittsburgh will now move with Devlin Hodges, but will Pittsburgh move in a direction if Rudolph's going to be out for the whole entire season as well? They're going to have to. They're going to have to go out and get another quarterback. But do they go out and make a trade for somebody? Do they go out and sign somebody off the street who hasn't been playing football for, however long? Very scary scene. Flag on the play now, too. Mason Rudolph is still down. In my opinion, it wasn't a bad hit. Just seeing that live action and then the replay. Juju Smith-Schuster in tears. There's 7:26 to play here in the third quarter. Thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Follow myself right here on Periscope, Cool Hand Luke 96. Chat, questions, and comments. Always greatly appreciated. Be sure to share this on social media as well. Like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18 of myself, Cool Hand Luke 96 on social media. Mason Rudolph is sitting up, helmet still on, no face mask. He is sitting up, he is conscious, smiling. Good sign now by Mason Rudolph on his feet. Standing ovation by the Steeler crowd. It's 1st and 10 Pittsburgh, down 4, 17-13. He's definitely not going to be coming back in this ball game here today. Now, next week, Pittsburgh plays at the Chargers on Sunday Night Football. He could very well play in that ball game. Very scary. For a second, it looked worse than what it was. He's now back on his feet with some help, limping to the sideline. There's Ryan Shazier as well, another former Steeler, current Steeler. They still have him signed, who went down on Monday Night Football back a couple years ago against the Bengals on the road and has not played since due to being paralyzed. So Shazier knows what Rudolph's going through right now, out there to comfort Mason Rudolph. But the game must go on. Devlin Hodges is going to come back, going to enter the ball game for the first time ever in his NFL career as a quarterback, and play for the Steelers who are down 4 to the Ravens here in the middle of the third quarter. Whew. He basically got the wind knocked out of him very, very bad. And myself, I've been in that situation too, playing sports. So I know how that feels. Devlin Hodges, a rookie out of Sanford. 6'1", 210 pounds. He's my age. He's 23 years old. He's now the starting quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers, with Big Ben Roethlisberger out of action for the whole entire season. Elbow injury, week 2 against Seattle in Pittsburgh. And now Mason Rudolph goes down. And he looks very, very weird walking with his helmet still on, but no face mask in this day and age of 2019 during NFL's 100 season, going old school with that look. But best wishes, prayers to Mason Rudolph. Hopefully you're all right. A very, very scary hit. They brought the car down on the field, but he elected to walk off the field with some help, and now leaving the field to go into the Steeler locker room to get looked at. So very, very scary situation with Pittsburgh and Baltimore here with Mason Rudolph. Can Pittsburgh use this as momentum now moving forward, down 4 to the Baltimore Ravens with 7:29 to play in the third quarter? Both teams still 3 timeouts. And standing ovation for Rudolph as he's walking off the field into the tunnel now. Helmet now off. Touchdown Vikings. Adam Thielen in the meantime. Vikings extend their lead against the Giants. Minnesota silencing the doubters with Kirk Cousins throwing the ball, had almost 300 yards passing in the first half. Pittsburgh with Hodges now at quarterback with a simple run to James Conner, and this goes back to what I've been saying all season long. If Pittsburgh can run the damn football and open up the play action with whoever's playing at quarterback, they'll be fine. Now at their third string quarterback with Hodges, with Roethlisberger and Rudolph down, they have to rely on the run game. Excuse me. 2nd and 3 after the run. They have to rely on the running game now. Running game and defense. Hodges looking to throw. Near side, incomplete, no hold on defense, flag on the play. James Washington, the intended target. Hodges with a good throw. Vikings 25-10 now on the Giants. So yes, excuse me there a second ago. I'm going to take a good old drink of some high-quality H2O as the Zebras are huddling up here, deciding on what to call. It's going to be a defensive hold on, actually pass interference on Baltimore on defense. Good call, more so a hold than pass interference on Carr, number 24, Brandon Carr for the Baltimore defense. Automatic first down for Pittsburgh now.
Right on the back of Washington, but very little, if any, contact.
A 7-yard penalty.
Keep those chat questions and comments coming. Like, follow, and subscribe. Gridiron Ring, Gridiron 18, myself, Cool Hand Luke 96 on social media. Another run. 1 yard run for James Conner. If Rudolph's going to be done, he looks fine now. It was just a very, very scary scene at first. Pittsburgh, you have to go out and get another quarterback. There's no other way around it. Because the NFL and the Steelers are definitely going to be monitoring Mason Rudolph moving forward now after that scary hit. He might not play for a couple weeks. Hodges, could he lead the team in the future? Highly doubt it, but you never know. You got to believe in him, though. 2nd and 8, pass complete, actually incomplete at the line of scrimmage. Now James Washington, another former Oklahoma State Cowboy, goes down with an injury. Flag on the play. It seems like somebody's out to get Oklahoma State. Oklahoma State lost to Texas Tech yesterday. They were favored on the road at Texas Tech. Lost by 10. Now Rudolph goes down. James Washington hurts his arm. Peyton Barmer, 2-yard touchdown run for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, down 7 still to the New Orleans Saints. What? No penalty on defensive holding on Baltimore because there was a fake to the running back. How is that? It's still defensive holding. That makes... Okay, whatever. 13-9, Cardinals lead the Bengals. I'll let that one slide. 3rd and 8. It's not like it was deflected to the line of scrimmage, then, you can't throw a penalty. Who cares if he faked with the running back? He still held him on defense. Like, that should be a penalty. Patriots 19-7 on the Redskins. And yes, the Bucs down 7 for the Saints. 24-17 after a Peyton Barber touchdown run. Hodges looking to throw. Has a man at the 18. And then Deontay Johnson drops the ball. Is that going to be a catch and then a fumble out of bounds? That is a catch and a fumble out of bounds. First down, Pittsburgh. So hurry up, snap the ball. John Harbaugh is already going to throw his challenge flag out. And Johnson, he caught that. Took 2 steps, and then the ball came out and went out of bounds. 1st and 10, however, we have a whistle. John Harbaugh with his red challenge flag. We're going to have a Baltimore challenge on the previous play. And he might win this. It might be an incomplete pass. They have to find undisputable video evidence, though, to overturn it. Caught it right there. Johnson 1-2. Controlled it. And then it got knocked out. Christian McCaffrey, a very, very long touchdown run. 28-17 now. Panthers lead the Jags. There's Saquon Barkley on the Giants sideline. Giants trail the Vikings by 15, 25-10. Daniel Jones at 29 and shotgun. 3 wide for Big Blue, going right to left across your television screen. Pittsburgh going left to right. Jones looking to throw. Near sideline has a man. Incomplete. So we'll see during the commercial break here what they decide on the previous play on the challenge now by the Baltimore Ravens. Going to be a close one. Do they make up for the one earlier, the interception by Baltimore, Lamar Jackson's third interception, which started this Pittsburgh drive, and Pittsburgh's had the ball ever since. Scary injury by Mason Rudolph. No, not a scary hit, not a bad hit, ugly hit by any means by Baltimore. It wasn't a dirty hit. Like I said, the game must go on, though. Hodges is decent here first couple plays, but Pittsburgh has to get the run game going. There's no other way around it. If they want to, especially if Rudolph's going to be out a while, you rely on Hodges, which he's clearly not a great quarterback. They had him during the preseason and cut him and then signed him to the practice squad. And then they promoted him once Roethlisberger went down to back up Mason Rudolph, who now just went down. So they have to run the ball. They have to run the ball, but this challenge does it get overturned and then incomplete compared to the interception just a little bit ago from Lamar Jackson. That stood as called, even though it did look like it hit the ground a little bit, even though he did control it when he was going down. So we'll see. We'll see after this commercial break. Baltimore challenge, calling the field as a completed pass. What do we got? Ruling on the field stands as called. Baltimore charged with their first time out of the second half. It's going to be first down Pittsburgh. And Baltimore has no timeouts or no challenges, for the rest of the ball game, using one in the first half and one right now.
It has to happen in this sequential order to be completion, possession, then 2 feet, then a third for a football. I thought he balled with the initial attempts of possession.
First and 10 from the 19.
I had the ball coming loose as the second foot was landing. I would have made that an incomplete pass, and that's the opinion I have on the play.
Wildcat once again for Pittsburgh. The Bears take the lead over the Raiders. Reverse on the end around. Johnny Holton gets about 4 yards to the 15. 21-17 now. Chicago leads the Oakland Raiders. 21 unanswered in the second half. Eagles, they were up 21-0 on the Jets. And they are still up 21-0 on the Jets. So thank you guys for tuning in and watching. Share this on social media. Follow myself right here on Periscope. Cool Hand Luke 96. 7-7 tie ball game. Bills and Titans beginning the fourth and final quarter of play. Vikings lead the Giants. Giants have the ball though. Hodges under center. Roll out, complete, Vance, Ronald McDonald inside the 5, down for 2. Simple. Run the football, play action, play good defense, rely on your kicker. You win football games, plain and simple. McDonald back after sitting out last week on Monday Night Football against the Bengals with an injury. This drive started back at the 10-yard line. Pittsburgh has drove almost 90 yards to the house now after Lamar Jackson's third interception of the ball game. Pittsburgh scores here on this drive. The crowd's going to get more into it. Renegade in the fourth quarter. play good defense. Going to be a little hard for Baltimore to come back, in my opinion, to win. Hodges under center once again. Handoff. Connor in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers.
Touchdown Steelers.
19-17 Boswell on to attempt the extra point. Ground and pound. Old school football. Hand off to Connor. Touchdown Pittsburgh.
10 plays on that drive, Dan. The last 8 with Hodges at quarterback.
He looked pretty cool, didn't he?
He did. 87 yards.
And Hodges,
Steelers.
first drive with Pittsburgh, taking over for Rudolph. Not a full drive. Came in halfway through. Keep it simple for him. Just let him go out there and play football. However, my opinion, he's still, obviously got a lot of room to improve because he's a rookie quarterback. Under review now, touchdown on the field. James Conner looked like he got in the end zone there. Yeah, it looked like he reached across the plane to put up 6 points for the Pittsburgh offense. So we'll see what the call is when they return from commercial. Also a commercial, Vikings and Giants. Those are the 2 games on in my area right now here Sunday afternoon, October the 6th, 2019.
Just an okay use, so you're coming there to tell us, dude. Yeah, it is smart, guy. Almost like having a brand new iPhone, but not paired with AT&T.
That's true, Chris.
Hey, fingers! Not a buffet. Use the cocktail stick.
Cocktail stick.
Get the most from your amazing new iPhone 11 Pro on AT&T, America's fastest network for iPhones. More for your thing. That's our thing.
They come from every chapter in our life. They can be our biggest fans. Or they can just be. They get us, and we get them.
We're All Superstars WWE Friday Night SmackDown debuted on Fox just 2 nights ago now. Friday night, October the 4th. The draft is returning, though, in the WWE this upcoming Friday, live on Friday Night SmackDown. Will continue next Monday night on Raw, as they will shake things up once again. Hell in a Cell tonight, though, in the WWE. I'll be live right back here on Periscope at 7 o'clock for live reactions play of the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view in 2019, so be sure to tune back in.
Make things worse. Oh, this is joy. Please don't let the name fall. You've got a friend of me, CBS tonight.
Week 5 continues later today on CBS and Fox. Then tonight on NBC. Tune in tomorrow for Monday Night Football on ESPN. Stream games on mobile with the Yahoo Sports and NFL apps. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by AT&T. More for your thing. That's our thing. And by Capital One. What's your one?
Festive atmosphere here at Heinz
Call
Field.
stands after the review. Touchdown Steelers.
During the break.
James Conner touchdown run. Boswell on to attempt the extra point.
James Conner will get credit for the score.
Kick up and good. 3-point ball game now. Pittsburgh with their first lead of the afternoon, 20-17, with 3:42 to play in the third quarter.
That's what they're looking at back in New York. Castro with a kick out there on Clark, and then touchdown by Connor.
They don't have a whole lot of rushing yards. 28 on the ground. They're one of 4 teams averaging less than 65 yards rushing per game this season. Miami, Washington, and Cincinnati, the other 3. And none of those teams have a win.
Yeah, they're 29th coming in. Gaining yards on the ground. Not much better in the
go. Here we go. Steelers. Here we go. 3-point lead. 20-17. Boswell kicks off. Down in the end zone for a touchback. 25-yard line, 1st and 10 for the Ravens. Next week, college football. Alabama at A&M. Florida at LSU. 2 big SEC showdowns. Also, Oklahoma, Texas, Red River rivalry. USC at Notre Dame. Penn State at Iowa. As well, keep an eye out for my college football week 7 and NFL week 6 predictions over on YouTube this week. 1st and 10 from the 25. Andrews in motion, Jackson in the shotgun. Handoff. Gain of 3. I would think so, yes. Mason Rudolph out for the rest of the ball game. Hodges warming up on the sideline, trying to stay loose. James Washington, left arm injury. Rudolph out with concussion. Jackson looking to throw. And Hayden Hurst gets about 10 yards on the reception. Former Pirate minor leaguer. Played in the minors for a couple years for the Buccos, and then decided to play football once again. Walked on at South Carolina. Tight end down there, drafted in the 1st round by the Ravens. Marquise Hollywood Brown, the cousin of Antonio Brown, former Steeler, Raider, and Patriot now, warming up on the sideline for the Ravens. Went down in the 1st half with an injury. 1st and 10 from 41. Empty backfield, 5 wide. Jackson with a throw, complete. Hayden Hurst once again, gain of about 6, maybe 7 yards. 28-24, Panthers lead the Jaguars. That's looking like it's the best game of the weekend so far. Here today, Rams Seahawks was pretty damn good on Thursday night. McCaffrey, 2 touchdowns. Couple big plays on defense as well. And then a low-scoring game with the Bills and Titans, 7 apiece, plus 20-17 here with Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Giants knocking on the door. Daniel Jones goes down to the 15-yard line. Lamar Jackson also goes down. TJ Watt on the stop. Steeler crowd really into it now. 3rd and 7 from the 44 for the Baltimore Ravens. Trips in a bunch near side. Jackson looking to throw. Has a man, Willie Snead, just past midfield. 1st down, Baltimore. Michael Thomas, big day for him. 8 catches, 164 yards, and a touchdown for the Saints. They lead the Buccaneers by 7 entering the 4th quarter. Snead now in motion. Under a minute to play in the 3rd. Jackson fakes the give. Over the middle. Snead once again to the 32. Brought down to the 24-yard line. 1st down, Ravens. Back-to-back plays to Willie Snead.
Little play action gives Jackson time to throw. You can see it. Again, he recognizes that single coverage on Snead. 23 yards for Snead. Back-to-back big plays for the receiver.
That'll do it for the 3rd quarter. End of 3. Steelers lead 20-17 over the Baltimore Ravens.
a lot of things have changed. The reliable, dependable, and the affordable F-150 hasn't. And the only dealership that has delivered the Ford F-150 for over 45 years with unsurpassed customer service is Courtesy Ford. Check out all the new Ford F-150s today at Courtesy Ford in Altoona and browse our selection 24/7 at courtesyaltoona.net.
Baltimore 1st and 10 to begin the fourth quarter, down 3 at the 24. Jackson looking to throw. Gets 5 to the 19. Hayward on the stop.
5-yard gain for Jackson. He's just cracked 50 yards rushing. Tackled by Cameron Hayward. Now 9 carries for 52. And here is Marquise Brown bringing a different dynamic to this Baltimore offense.
Well, you figure he's got a sprained ankle. We're clear about that. So you're not going to ask him to run too many intricate routes. Just use his speed on maybe a deep crossing route where he doesn't have to put pressure on that ankle.
He draws the end of Joe Havey on the outside. This is 2nd and 5 now for Baltimore. The Ravens are driving down by 3.
Jackson gets the first down, gain of 6 on the run.
Turns it into a 6-yard gain.
And there were 2 Steelers there that had him. He just gets stopped, as you said, Ian, right here. Vince Williams goes sliding by. Edmonds thought he had him going to the sidelines. Tremendous effort and a first down for Baltimore.
Those run-pass options, Lamar Jackson can make the pay, and he gets to the perimeter.
Empty backfield. Looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. Hollywood Brown, who's back in the ball game, gain of 3. 2nd down. Baltimore with 2 timeouts, no challenges. Pittsburgh 3 timeouts, both challenges. Jackson rolls out near side. Flag on the play. This is going to be coming back. And Lamar Jackson just throws it away.
Holding, number 86.
Holding on the Raven defense. 10-yard penalty, replay, 2nd down.
He's an outstanding blocker.
He's a pretty good tackler, too.
On the former Blue Hen from Delaware, Nick Boyle.
Right here, here's Stewart.
Oh, yeah. He held Hayward, and then Hayward still put him on his ass. Pittsburgh with 8 penalties. Most of those in the first half. Baltimore now with 9. Trailing by 3. Vince Williams enters the ball game. In at middle linebacker. Jackson throws, complete at the 15. Snead. Gain of about 4 on 2nd and 17. Jets finally get on the board. Trails the Eagles 24-6 now. Also, the Bills extend their lead 14-7 over the Titans. 21-17, Bears lead the Raiders. Tale of two halves in London. 3rd and 12 for Baltimore. 12:30 and counting to play. Down 3 to Pittsburgh, 20-17. Jackson over the middle, completed the 10-yard line. Minka Fitzpatrick with the tackle on Gus Edwards. Justin Tucker on to attempt a field goal. Houston extending their lead over Atlanta 33-17. Thank you guys once again for tuning in and watching.
Man-to-man coverage, and as you said, he broke on it quickly to prevent the first down.
So this will be a chip shot. 8-year veteran Justin Tucker. 21 straight field goals made at Heinz Field. 22 of 23 overall. He's doing his part on the run. 26-yard attempt.
Tucker's kick up and good. Tie ball game. 20 apiece. 11:39 to play. Game once again coming down to the wire.
So you're Patrick's new State Farm agent, huh?
Yeah, that's me.
What do you cover? Is Mahomes an auto? Come on. No. Get it. It's a no for me. Steph?
Sorry.
Come on, it's wordcraft.
Free one-day delivery on millions of items. With Kroger.
What kind of monster schedules their wedding on game day? Send them a toaster and get to B-Dubs, where the dress code is stained shirt optional, and you don't have to bring us a gift. We already have a gazillion TVs. Buffalo Wild Wings.
Watching B-Dubs.
If this netted doing to you, we didn't hire someone. Breaking the rules of manhood.
Oh, hey, Calvin.
This ain't been our house. That's a direct violation of the main code. Doesn't work in this neighborhood. You're fired.
You can't fire me. I'm doing this for free.
You call yourself a friend.
The critics love TV's hot new comedy.
Daddy, no, y'all.
Keep it tight. I didn't video of his husband until after he was dead. New Bob Hart's ever show after a new neighborhood Monday.
It's your no wake-up call from London. Panthers, Bucks, NFC South rivalry. Football morning tonight. Next Sunday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. Only on NFL Network. Ravens drive covers 12 plays, 67 yards. Tucker, 26-yard field goal. It took 7 minutes and 3 seconds. And we're all tied up.
Tucker kicks off.
Switcher deep man. And this one is
Switzer going to field it at the 5-yard line.
Switcher from the 5.
Out to the 15. First down for Devlin Hodges from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Next Sunday, a double-header on CBS. Texans, Chiefs, Saints, Jags, Bengals, Ravens, Cowboys, Jets, Titans, Broncos. Those last two are your 425 games. Maybe Sam Darnold will be back for the Jets next week, as they'll host the Boys. First undrafted Pittsburgh rookie with multiple completions in a game since 1977. And you want to take a guess who it is, folks? Former Colt head coach Tony Dungy, the first African-American to ever win Super Bowl. Hodges over the middle, complete to the 32, Juju Smith-Schuster. Hodges standing in the pocket, delivering passes downfield. Maybe this kid is something. I don't know. We'll see.
2 catches last week. This is his 5th one of the day. Great adjustment to a ball slightly thrown behind him.
1st and 10 from the 33.
In the pocket. Can you say Minshew?
Falcons in Houston, where they lost Super Bowl 51, blew a 28-3 lead against the Patriots, are now trying to come back against the Texans, now only down 33-25. Speaking of the Patriots, they lead the Redskins 26-7. Tom Brady surpasses Brett Favre for 3rd most passing yards all time in the NFL. Flag on Pittsburgh, a holding on Matt Flyer, a offensive lineman from Bloomsburg, PA. James Washington also now out for the rest of the ball game with an injury. 1st and 20 for Pittsburgh.
Deontay Johnson. Dante Moncrief is a healthy scratch for Pittsburgh. Moncrief signed the 2-year, $9 million deal during the offseason, formerly of Indianapolis and Jacksonville. Johnny Bolton will see time in these 3
Juju Smith-Schuster, Deontay Johnson, and Johnny Holton now your 3 receivers, along with Vance McDonald and Nick Van Nett at tight end. Handoff, James Conner. Probably his best run of the whole entire season. Gain about 12, maybe 14 yards, 2nd down. They say 12 yards. 2nd and 8.
Right over here, Ramon Foster. Watch him pull on this and lead the way. Good kick-out block there on Judon. And Conner covering up that ball, knowing that the Ravens are looking to strip the ball as the Steelers have their longest rush of the afternoon. And the Ravens rely on their defense.
Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have not had the ball a whole lot in the 2nd half here today. That was Pittsburgh's longest run of the day for 12 yards, which is absolutely pathetic. Hodges looking to throw, has all the time in the world, airs it out, intercepted at the 45 by Baltimore, intended for Nick Van Nett, number 88. Now Baltimore on the return, flag on the play though. Baltimore returns it to about the 34-yard line. Flag on the play though, maybe a holding, defensive pass interference on Pittsburgh. Injured Raven now down at midfield, holding his left knee. That's Jefferson, 23 for Baltimore.
So a few things to sort out here.
He was falling down, and I think he grabbed Vanette. That may be the call to wipe out this interception.
Prior to the pass, holding on the Raven defense. No interception now from Hodges. Automatic 1st down for Pittsburgh. Jefferson, though, down with a left knee injury. Doesn't look good. He very well could have blew his knee out right there.
Here it is right here.
Yep, he got Vanette.
Let's go Steelers chance. Just put on Here We Go Steelers. Pump you up, maybe some Renegade. Commercial break. Tie ball game, 20 apiece with Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Giants with the ball against the Vikings. Daniel Jones goes down once. Again, Minnesota getting back to their old selves in today's ball game. Cousins airing it out, playing like the $84 million quarterback. Minnesota running the ball well, playing good defense, getting after Daniel Jones, rookie quarterback out of Duke. Another sack by Minnesota.
She wished the kid would have found himself here too. Say hello to your fairy godmother, Alice.
Jones airs it out in the end zone, incomplete. Sterling Shepard, the intended target. Golden Tate also playing today in his return from his suspension. Daniel Jones continues to play well. Saquon Barkley comes back. Golden Tate now back, playing for the first time ever in a Giant uniform today. Yeah, you lose Odell Beckham Jr., but that was your choice. You traded him. You move on. You have Jones, Barkley, Shepard, Tate, Evan Ingram at tight end. The Giants might do something. Keywords might.
This is how you sign. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Verizon, the network more people rely on.
Tony Jefferson could not put any weight on that left leg.
Jefferson now getting carted off. Left knee bended. Couldn't put any weight on it. He's probably going to be done for the year, I bet, with a torn ACL. 1st and 10 from the 40, though, for Pittsburgh. Under 10 to play. Handoff. Jalen Samuels, 6 yards. Ball does come out, but he was down. 2nd down and 4 on the way.
Tony Jefferson on that play just shows you why he's so respected as a leader of his team. Injured, still trying to keep the receiver from making a play.
Hodges fakes the give, looking to throw over the middle. Has a man at the 43. 1st down, Pittsburgh. Juju Smith-Schuster once again. 1st down, Steelers.
Because he threw the ball a lot in college. It's nothing new to him. He's very cool in the pocket. Finding his receivers, not being rattled by all this pressure.
111 touchdowns.
Handoff. 3 yards for James Conner. Run the ball. Just keep running the ball. Like I said, Baltimore hasn't really had the ball a whole lot here in the second half. Time of possession, Pittsburgh's been killing that. But just keep running the ball. Baltimore has 2 timeouts. There's only 8 minutes to play now. 20-20 tie ball game. 2nd and 7 on the way. You score a touchdown here. Take as much time as you can off the clock in the meantime. Give Baltimore the ball back. Very little time. Play good defense. Win the ball game. End the story. 2nd and 7 from the 41. Hodges under center. Fakes the give. Looking to throw. Steps up. Airs it out. Deep down the near sideline in the end zone. Incomplete. Flag on the play. Was intended for Deontay Johnson. And now they're going to say pass interference. However, pass interference on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
It may have been a good play by Johnson because Canada had a better shot.
Pass interference. Number 18. Offense. 10-yard penalty. Still 2nd down.
Johnson's going to prevent this interception with a grab right there. A little bit of a push.
Good call. Pass interference by Pittsburgh. And the thing is, Baltimore still almost intercepted it. So Deontay Johnson, I know you're a rookie. You got to learn from that and not do that in the future.
And Kennedy was just making sure that he was not in the wrong, which he was not. 2nd and 17 for Pittsburgh now back at the Steelers 48.
Empty backfield.
Shotgun for Hodges.
Quick pass near side. Jalen Samuels incomplete. You got to catch the ball before you turn and move upfield and start running.
It is a low throw. And so he's more concerned with the traffic.
He still almost caught it. He put it behind his back and almost did a little juggling maneuver, but you got to catch the ball first and then run. Hodges not looking bad here early on. 55 yards passing.
Swiss Army knife for them.
Running back, fullback, H-back, tight end. 3rd and 17. Tie game 20 apiece.
Hodges. Screen. Complete. Juju. And flag on the play once again. Or excuse me, that was Deontay Johnson,
Pittsburgh territory.
not Juju.
Holding
On Ramon Foster for Pittsburgh. Penalties declined, 4th down, Pittsburgh. 7:31 to play, Pittsburgh will punt. Pin Baltimore deep, make them drive the length of the field. Mason Rudolph has gone to a local hospital in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and it was a scary situation.
He's got a couple different choices, so we'll see where he ended up at. But Jordan Berry punts, and Pittsburgh's going to down at the 1-yard line. Baltimore is going to have to go 99 yards with 2 timeouts and 7:16 to play in order to win this ball game.
Special teams.
Defense, now's your time to stand up. Maybe a safety. And they might look at that. In the meantime, Artie Burns downs it. Best thing he's done in his Steeler career right there. But they might look at it, see if he stepped in the end zone and then downed it, but didn't look like it. Didn't look like he stepped in the end zone and stepped back in. So we'll see what happens here. Game's coming down the wire once again. So once again, guys, thanks for tuning in and watching. From midfield, Cousins hands off Dalvin Cook. Out of bounds, gain about 5 yards.
We think you would really shine.
Packers, Cowboys coming up next.
Coach Steven, we have health insurance.
Sunday Night Football, Colts and Chiefs.
No. We still have bills. Aflac gives you money directly to help with those. And your deductibles, knee brace, whatever you choose.
Aflac sounds like a money thing.
Nick Saban, Aflac.
Insurance doesn't cover. Get to know us at Aflac.com.
Is it too early to start celebrating Halloween?
Cook with another very good run. Hit the hole up the far sideline. First down, Vikings. Bow wow. Bow wow. Crown Royal Water Break.
Thank you. With the Crown Royal Water Break, moderate your drinking to stay in the game.
I would take a Crown Royal Water Break right now, but if I do, I might piss myself. So we're going to hold off. Bernie Sanders on Stephen Colbert after a heart attack last week. Stephen Colbert will have Bernie Sanders on his show this week. Now Renegade to pump up the crowd. Oh, mama. 1st and 10 for Baltimore in the pistol from the 1-yard line. 99 problems right now. 99 yards to go for the Ravens. Jackson fakes the give. Incomplete. Minkah Fitzpatrick with a breakup on Mark Andrews, who is now down with an injury. Dalvin Cook with a career day. 210 total yards for the Vikings. 125 on the ground. Another 85 receiving. Vikings going to beat the Giants. Going to be 2nd and 10 for Baltimore here at the 1-yard line.
Switched to him. Did the coaches come to him? He said, no. I went to them. I saw the running on the wall. It wasn't happening for me at wide receiver. I asked them about a move to tight end. And I think he had pretty good foresight. He's turned into one of the best tight ends in the NFL in just his second year in the league.
Well, he has that ability to separate from defenders. A good sign to see him on his feet, head to the sidelines. A good sportsmanship there is Fitzpatrick. And Hayward came over to slap 5.
Big target from Scottsdale, Arizona, 6'5", 256. Just to finish the thought on Lamar Jackson, talking about the song, he said, look, I love the atmosphere here in Pittsburgh, but I want to silence the crowd with a Ravens win.
Well, he had silenced the crowd way back in the first quarter.
That was the first quarter, though. Dan Faust is a 4-quarter, 60-minute game. Since then, Jackson's thrown for 3 interceptions. Jackson thrown once again, almost picked off at the 5-yard line, incomplete. Intended for Nick Boyle, and the other tight end, number 86. Baltimore with a committee at tight end. Mark Andrews down. 3rd and 10 now for the Ravens. Texans lead by 15 now, 40-25 over the Falcons. Whew, chills. 3rd and 10 from the 1. Terrible towels in the air. Steeler Nation on their feet. 3rd and 10, pistol once again for Baltimore. Handoff, Edwards, and he's going to be tackled in the end zone for a safety. He did not get back to the line of scrimmage. That's a safety. They say 4th down. Hey, Mike Tomlin, where's that little challenge flag of yours? What do you got to lose? There's only 6:50 to play and 3 timeouts. You can probably use that challenge, and you don't get it. Lose a timeout. See if he did cross the goal line. I don't know. Looked like he was stuffed in the end zone for a safety. What do you guys think? I'd take a look at that. That's a safety. That's 2 points. Now Baltimore going to punt, though. Pittsburgh should have good field position. Pittsburgh looks to be bringing the blitz on the punt. Good punt by the Ravens. Fielded at the 43 by Ryan Switzer. Good block. And Switzer gets to the 45-yard line. 6:05 to play. Steelers with momentum after Mason Rudolph goes down with an injury. Hodges steps in, start running the ball a little bit better. Hodges with some passes. Tie ball game, 20 apiece. Cardinals on top of the Bengals. Patriots on top of the Redskins. Brady surpasses Brett Favre once again for 3rd place all time. 3rd most passing yards in NFL history. 25-10 Vikings lead the Giants. Shotgun, Juju in motion. Steelers right to left across your television screen. Handoff. And a yard for James Conner.
Tony Jefferson still remains in the locker room with that left knee injury, but he has had the green dot in this game, the last 2 games for the Ravens. Communication from the sideline to the field, that's now shifted.
Pittsburgh looking to make it 5 of the last 6 against the Ravens here today. They've won 4 of the last 5. Pittsburgh 1-3, picked up their first win of the year last year on Monday Night Football. Baltimore 2 straight losses after starting 2-0. A very long season, folks. Hodges keeps it for himself, runs down the far sideline, out of bounds at the 22-yard line on 2nd and 9. Huge run by Devlin Hodges. Flag on the play, though. Could this be coming back? Holding on the Raven defense. Penalties. Actually, 10 yards is going to be added to the end of the run. Normally, that's declined. 21 yards for Hodges on the scamper. Dan Bailey field goal up and good as well for the Vikings. But Hodges keeps it for himself. Up the field. Making a name for himself this afternoon with the black and gold. First down, Pittsburgh. Eagles 31-6 over the Jets. 28-10 now. Vikings lead. the Giants. Handoff, Connor. 4 yards, second down. 4:44 to play. Keep running the ball. Exactly. Keep running the football.
Just have 2 timeouts. They lost the timeout on a challenge that they probably should have won. Personal call on a completed pass.
Good day in the NFL so far, up to this point. 4:09 to play here in the ball game. Another run. Connor, 1 yard on 2nd and 6, brings up 3rd and 5. Bills still lead the Titans 14-7, under 2 minutes to play. Under 4 to play here.
He acknowledged the rivalry feels a little different, not the same personalities in the past. This is a new chapter today.
Bengals coming back against the Cardinals. 3rd and 5 for Pittsburgh, though, at the 13. They don't get a first down, you get a field goal. 3 minutes to play. Baltimore, I think if Pittsburgh doesn't get a first down here, they're going to call timeout. Pass complete, loses about 2 yards for Jalen Samuels, stays in bounds. Pittsburgh could drain this clock to 2 and some change. I'm Baltimore, though. I mean, you could call timeout here. You could let it go down. Pittsburgh kicks a field goal to go up 3. You still have a 2-minute warning. You have your 2 timeouts, plus 2-minute warning. There's 3 timeouts for the Ravens. 33-yarder for Pittsburgh for Chris Boswell, who's already 2 for 2 this afternoon, 41 and 29. And then Pittsburgh might call a timeout here. Pittsburgh calls a timeout, 2:41 to play in the ball game. So both Baltimore and Pittsburgh, 2 timeouts remaining. Boswell makes this 23-20. Pittsburgh's got to play defense, hold Lamar Jackson and the Ravens out of the end zone. Baltimore, 2 timeouts plus 2-minute warning, so 3 timeouts for them to move downfield with Lamar Jackson, who has thrown 3 interceptions in today's ball game. 2-minute warning in London. Bears still lead the Raiders 21-17.
Facing a similar situation, except he was number 2. And there's a chance you could play at number 2, and Hodges has played well.
It's in the backup quarterback's manual. Be prepared to play. You're just 1 play away from being out there.
Boswell kick up and good, 23-20 now. Steelers lead the Baltimore Ravens, 2:37 to play.
Pittsburgh has won 4 of the last 5 meetings against the Baltimore Ravens. They have gone 15-1-1 in the division going back to November of 2016. The standings entering week 5.
Cleveland plays tomorrow night on Monday Night Football against the 49ers. Pittsburgh wins this, they're 2-3. 1-1 in the division. At that point, Baltimore loses to go to 2-3. Also 1-1 in the division. Pittsburgh would have the head-to-head early on here in the season. They'll play later on in the season in Baltimore at M&T Bank as well. But Pittsburgh would be in second place, tied with the Baltimore Ravens in the AFC North. 40-32, Texans lead the Falcons. Falcons not giving up. A great game in the state of Texas as well. Also, Cowboys hosting the Packers in the Big D shortly. 23-23, Cardinals and Bengals. 2-minute warning in Cincinnati. This might be the best weekend so far in the NFL this year. A lot of great games. Boswell kicks off. Game coming down the wire just as expected. As mentioned at the start of the show, I had set a score 20-17, 10-7, 17-13, somewhere along those lines. However, right now, Pittsburgh with a 3-point lead, 23-20 on the Baltimore Ravens. Here we go. Here's your ball game, folks. 1st and 10, though, for the Ravens. 2:37 to play. From the 25. Ravens left to right. Jackson looking to throw. Gets about 2 yards on the rollout. Could have bonus coverage as well, so stay tuned. Jackson looking to throw. Dumps it off as he got hit. Cameron Hayward along with Minka Fitzpatrick and Hilton on the stop flag on the play. Personal foul, roughing the passer on Pittsburgh. You got to be kidding me. Are you kidding me? That's not roughing the passer. Oh my God. He barely took him down. He tackled him as he threw the ball. That's not a late hit roughing the passer. It's not like it was 10 seconds afterwards. Come on. Come on. Letting them back in this ball game now, are you? That is an awful call. Awful. Jackson looking to throw. Over the middle, complete at midfield. Willie Snead inside the 45 now at the 43. Baltimore snaps it right before the 2-minute warning. Jackson pump fakes, dumps it off. And Mark Ingram's going to get about 4 yards. 2-minute warning with 1:56 to play. Baltimore trails by 3, 23-20.
I'm a tailgater tailgating to get to my tailgate. Now, it might not get me there faster, but hey, it gets me ready for football. Let's tailgate. I can't go anywhere. But you're so busy watching me tailgate that you don't see the one in front of you. Your cut-rate car insurance, it might not pay for this. So get all speed and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
Well, maybe it's laundry night. Something like that, probably. And you're drinking Bud Light Platinum.
Look, I'm not gonna lie to you. Just let's go quickly.
No, wait up. Did you ditch him? Oh, yeah. He doesn't have a clue. Yes, I do. No, you don't.
Bud Light Platinum. Brewed for the night.
Not even our competitors' best battery can match the power of Energizer. Because Energizer
The campaign starting to heat up as well. First
in the world.
advertisement, first commercial for the 2020 re-election now for Donald Trump, as they will try to continue to make America great again in 2020. From now until next November, that's all we're going to be hearing about. Democratic convention, something along those lines, coming up shortly, I think. As well, I did see the other day. But first political ad, and it was Trump, Donald Trump and Mike Pence for re-election in 2020, just aired on television. Renegade.
Is sponsored by Allstate, reminding you that football season is made up. And by Microsoft Surface.
23-20. Baltimore ball, 2nd and 6, 1:56 to play. Ball to 41. Jackson hands off. First down to the 34. Right at Justin Tucker's range. Baltimore still 2 timeouts. Pittsburgh, you might want to start calling your timeouts. Got to stop the clock as much as you can. 3rd and 1. And out of the pistol, Jackson keeps it for himself, gets the first down. Minka Fitzpatrick with the stop. Baltimore's just going to run the ball and bleed this clock out and bring on Tucker to kick a field goal. And good for them at that point. They drove how far downfield to get to this point. At that point, they deserved to win. They drove from the 1-yard line to the 30 right now. Vikings winners over the Giants. Jackson looking to throw. Complete at the 27. Under a minute to play. Bills also defeat the Titans 14-7. Buccaneers have the ball. Saints lead by 8. 13 seconds to play. Raiders retake the lead over the Bears 24-21. 1:22 to play. Houston putting up almost 50 points, 46-32 over the Falcons. The Cardinals win their first ball game of the year over the Bengals on the road with Kyler Murray, 26-23. 2-minute warning, Patriots lead the Redskins 33-7. And Zane Gonzalez with a 31-yard field goal to win it for Arizona, 26-23. Vikings winners as well, 28-10 over the Giants. 2nd and 7, 54 seconds to play. Steelers lead by 3. Or however, Tucker would come on and be a tie. To tie it at 23 to force overtime. I was thinking to win the game. Jackson gets sacked back at the 30-yard line. So yeah, excuse me, it's 23-20. Pittsburgh leads the Ravens. Baltimore still 2 timeouts, 40 seconds to play. Tucker could come on, will come on eventually if they don't score a touchdown to tie this ball game up. Panthers lead the Jaguars as well. Empty backfield, 3rd and 10 from the 30. Jackson airing it out deep down the far sideline in the end zone, incomplete. 14 seconds to play. 14 seconds. Bonus coverage. Bears, Raiders in London. Bears with the ball down 3. Justin Tucker, 48 yards to tie the ball game. Pittsburgh with 2 timeouts. They call one to ice him here on 4th down. 14 seconds. Tucker from 48 yards, kick up and good. Tie ball game, 23 apiece, 10 seconds to go.
In Pittsburgh, 10 seconds left.
And this is the difficult end traditionally here at Heinz Field. Watch this ball move. Go closer, 18.
Pittsburgh.
Feet wide, and he used just about
10 seconds, 2 timeouts. Baltimore will squib it. Ball on the ball. Chuck a Hail Mary. Go to overtime. Baltimore, though, 4-1 in overtime record-wise against the Steelers all time. Tied at 23. 10 seconds to play. Tucker going to kick it deep. Touchback. 10 seconds, 2 timeouts for Pittsburgh from the 25. 1st and 10.
10 seconds left, having it at the 25-yard line.
Obviously, don't force something, Hodges, which could lead to an interception. Less than 10 seconds at that point. Baltimore still one timeout. Tucker, very, very good field goal kicker. Could kick, from 50 plus here. So Pittsburgh's going to take a knee, play it safe. We're headed to overtime. Pittsburgh and Baltimore will now regroup. We are headed to overtime in the Steel City between the Ravens and Steelers, tied at 23. A 1:15-minute overtime period. If it ends in a tie, unfortunately, it ends in a tie. The team who receives, if they score on their first possession, they win the ball game. Baltimore leads 4-1 record-wise in overtime games all-time versus the Steelers. As mentioned just a moment ago, Raiders now have the ball back up 3 on the Bears across the pond. Coin toss for overtime.
Okay, gentlemen, we will play one
10-minute overtime period, excuse me, not 15, 10 minutes.
An opportunity to possess the ball. Baltimore's a busy team with all the toss.
Now, new overtime rules. Both teams, I guess, will possess the ball, as they do in college, which is good. Rather than first, Baltimore calls tails. It's heads. Pittsburgh's won the toss. You take the ball. Or if there's 2 possessions, if both team gets the ball, you play defense. If it's 1 possession, you win. If you score, Pittsburgh will take the ball. Cameron Hayward now talking with the officials. Pittsburgh has won the toss. Baltimore will receive. So new overtime rules has everything screwed up. From what I knew, from what I've known, NFL compared to college overtime. College, you want to play defense if you win the toss, because then you'll know what you have to do in order to win. SMU, Tulsa, triple overtime last night. The Mustangs won that game in triple overtime, as it looks like the Pony Express is back. They're undefeated for the first time since 1982. NFL overtime, it was 1 15-minute overtime period. You won the toss. You wanted to play on offense because if you scored on your opening drive, on that drive, you won the ball game. The Steelers actually played in the first playoff overtime game against the Broncos and Tim Tebow, and the first play from fucking scrimmage, Tebow hit Demaryius Thomas, I do believe, for 80 yards and a touchdown. And the Pittsburgh Steelers lost in the playoffs back in 2011. Raiders with a sack on Chase Daniel, the silver and black. The Oakland Raiders defeat the Chicago Bears 24-21 across the pond in London, England. 1 10-minute period, touchdown or safety on first possession wins game. So yeah, why is Pittsburgh playing defense? You wanted the ball. They screwed this up. They did not explain that well, because they sort of changed it up and didn't tell anybody. Baltimore wins with a touchdown. Pittsburgh, they won the toss, they played defense. They score a touchdown, they win. However, Baltimore has the ball now at the 25-yard line. So they screw up the coin toss, for God's sakes. Jesus Christ. First and 10 from the 25. Lamar Jackson on the pistol. Hands off, Mark Ingram. Lost to 2, Cam Hayward. And Stephon Tuitt on the stop. Saints win over the Bucks, 31-24.
That Tomlin sent to his defense. Hey, it's on you guys to stop them here and give us good field position.
Second and 11, Lamar Jackson looking to throw. Missed tackle, going to be brought down by Bud Dupree and T.J. Watt. Third and long. Eagles win as well over the Jets. Panthers, Jags at the 2-minute warning. You play defense, though, you know what you're going to need in order to win. 3rd and 15 for the Ravens. Pittsburgh with another 5+ sack game this afternoon. Jackson looking to throw. Mark Andrews back in the ball game. Complete to him. Flag on the play. He goes down. 4th down. And flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold on Baltimore. Illegal shift. Penalties declined. 4th down, Baltimore. Pittsburgh now will receive this punt. Hopefully they don't muff it by any means. And then you drive downfield. At that point, you're only going to need a field goal to win the ball game because Baltimore has already possessed the ball here in overtime. Texans put up 53 on Atlanta. They win. Switzer, fair catch at the 31. No kick-catch interference. Okay. 8:16 to play. Tied in overtime, 23 apiece. After some confusion for the coin toss, Pittsburgh kicked off. If Baltimore would have scored a touchdown on that drive, they would have won the ball game. So it stayed the way it was. They didn't change it, but for some reason there was confusion. The next score will win the ball game, though. Pittsburgh scores a touchdown. They kick a field goal. Baltimore scoop and score for a touchdown. Interception return for a touchdown. The next score, no matter what it is, even a safety, will win this ball game. Hodges entering in for Rudolph, who went down with an injury in the third quarter. 6 of 8, 50+ yards passing. 1st and 10 from the 32. Hands off. Gain of 3 for James Conner. We are in overtime with the Ravens and Steelers if you're just now tuning in. Patriots defeat the Redskins 33-7. Deshaun Watson, a huge day for Houston. Will Fuller, 3 touchdown receptions today as the Texans won by 21, 53-32. Second and 5 from the 35. Hopefully this game does not end in a tie. Hodges looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. Juju, 45-yard line. Ball is out now. And then Pittsburgh, Baltimore recovers it. That ball almost bounced out of bounds. And I think we have a flag on the play. Was that a catch, though? Juju with a catch, 2 steps, ball gets knocked out. Good defensive play by the Ravens. Zebras huddling up. Rolling on the field. Catch, and then a fumble. Recovered by the Ravens. You have to be kidding me. You have to be kidding me. Take a look at it. All the replays, all the reviews are going to come up from upstairs anyway. And the ball almost bounced out of bounds, but took a Raven bounce back towards the center of the field. And Baltimore recovers. Humphrey with the knockout and then the recovery as well. And now Baltimore with good field position with a good kicker as well, Justin Tucker, who tied this ball game up to force overtime. The previous play is under further review.
Smith-Schuster possessed. We're looking at the sideline. I was speaking in reference to what would be a catch or not. That doesn't appear, as we look there, that there was any contact with the hand on the football. So I'm still playing this as not a ball out of bounds and a live football. I'm also playing that catch as a catch fumble on there. So I think we're clear on whether this gentleman's touching the football as he's out of bounds. Smith-Schuster's play, if we go back to the reception, the first thing you always do when you look at the replays on receivers, catches, and steps is the minute he possesses that football, it's usually the back foot, which counts as one. And if we watch this, we see Smith-Schuster possess that left foot's down, that's one.
Ruling on the field stands, catching a fumble. Raven football.
And I think when we get that first step in there, now we've had possession and 3 steps prior to the ball being knocked loose. And that's why I think they stay with the fumble. It's a good ruling on the field. And by the looks in replay, I think they
Next score, once again, will win the game.
changing play made by Marvin Humphrey. With 7:27 to go in overtime, the Baltimore Ravens take over at the Pittsburgh 37.
We talk about the crazy bounce. Quarterback Devlin Hodges.
Ball is at the 37-yard line, just on the outside of Justin Tucker's field goal range. Now they move it up to the 34.
Ball placed at the 34-yard line. So you'd be looking at a 52-yard field goal net if they got
Baltimore's just going to run it.
Ingram for the Pistons.
Jackson fakes the give, keeps it for himself. That's a hold. Minka Fitzpatrick with the tackle, 2 yards for Jackson.
Minka Fitzpatrick would block from Ronnie Stanley. Baltimore gains 2 yards on the play.
That's good play selection there. Keep the ball in Jackson's hands today. 13 carries for 69 yards. Every time he has the ball, he's a threat to go all the way.
And that has put him over 1,000 career rushing yards in just his second season of the NFL. This is a
2nd and 7 from the 31. Jackson hands off Mark Ingram. Gain of 2, 3rd and 5. Jaguars have the ball, down 7 to the Panthers. A minute to play. Overtime, though, here in Pittsburgh, tied at 23. Ravens football, 3rd and 5. In Tucker's field goal range as well.
Last week, he's very aware that the Steelers are looking to pop it out of there.
Right now, it would be a 47-yard field goal attempt. Tucker just made one from 38 yards to force overtime.
Little miscommunication. Jackson keeps it for himself out of the pistol. Gets a yard, 4th and 4. Now 6 minutes in overtime here to play. Tucker will come on to try to win this game for the Baltimore Ravens against the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Well, this is what Pittsburgh wanted. They wanted the Ravens to go in this direction. But the wind right now appears to be non-existent.
Tucker, 46 yards for the win. Snap, hold, kick, no good. Kick is no good. What? That was wide left. That was wide left.
Baltimore knocks off Pittsburgh in overtime, 26-23.
That looked like it was no good.
Boy, this ball looked like it was hooking after the high snap. Good placement there. Somebody
Left.
misleft it at the very end.
Left.
Fades back between the posts.
And then right at the last second,
Game-winning field goal.
hooks right inside the left upright. And the Baltimore Ravens win over the Pittsburgh Steelers in overtime on a game-winning 46-yard field goal from Justin Tucker, 26-23.
The 51st all-time meeting in this series belongs to Baltimore, 26-23.
And Pittsburgh now falls to 1-4.
In New York.
Hard-fought game by the black and gold.
46 to 1 at the end of the time. We take it out of Jacksonville and Carolina. 33 seconds left. In regulation, Carolina up by a score.
Minshew, deep shot, looking for short. A lot of contact down there with Cockrell, and there's no penalty flag. Incomplete.
Pittsburgh 1-4.
Cockrell did all he could.
They play at the Chargers now next week. Bonus coverage with the Panthers and Jaguars. Third and 4 for Jacksonville. Baltimore now 3-2. They snapped their 2-game skid. Great game. Great game. Credit to the Ravens. Even after 3 Lamar Jackson interceptions, they find a way to win in overtime. Justin Tucker, 46-yard game winner, 26-23. And Pittsburgh now without Mason Rudolph, it looks like. Hodges will step in to play quarterback. Looked well in the second half after coming in, after Rudy went down. So obviously a tough loss. That one's a little hard to swallow. Minshew on 1st and 10 looking to throw for Jacksonville. Jags down 7 to the Panthers. In the end zone. Caught. Actually incomplete, out of bounds now. 10 seconds to play. But they'll meet later on. They'll meet later on in the season. And hopefully Pittsburgh can get payback done at that point. It's a long season, though. It's only one game. Pittsburgh and every team of all time, you know, they've lost on game-winning field goals before. So, like I said, a hard one to swallow with Pittsburgh losing to the Ravens. But 26-23 is your final score, and Baltimore wins. I'll see everybody now in a couple hours for my live reactions, play-by-play of WWE Hell in a Cell.